Hello, everybody.
Yo, what's up?
Welcome to the 7th episode of the Anime Mystics podcast. I'm Roman.
This is Steven Sonosuke-sama once more.
And, I guess I'm going to be doing a lot of talking this time. This should be our first impressions of the new season, the spring season. But Sano here waits a couple weeks before he actually picks anything up to see what's going on.
Yeah, so as some of you who have been on the page have seen some of the things that I like to share, you notice that it's a lot of memes and jokes and fan arts. And so I get my inspiration from whatever's kind of floating around social media. I don't really go out and find shows or look for shows. Either they come from recommendations or I find them through memes.
Yeah.
So, once again, this is a good opportunity to stress those comment sections. If you guys have any recommendations or things to check out or things we should see and talk about and all that, by all means, please report back.
Yes.
I'm open. Roman's open. So, as you can see, especially Roman will definitely take it to heart, and he'll go in and watch these things and report back. And when he's done, maybe who knows? Maybe I'll go and join in with him on some of these shows.
Yeah, I still got to pick up one show that was recommended, and that was that Demon Slayer one.
Okay.
So I might have to watch 2 episodes this week for
Yeah.
that.
Yeah, totally.
But, it looks interesting. I saw a couple clips and a few images. So.
Yeah, I have nothing. I have nothing. Someone recommended it to me, a friend of mine, and I don't know anything about it, but, he's pretty solid. We have a lot of similar interests, so it might be something I'll check out as well. Sure.
Cool. All right. So first we're going to address the comments section that, from last episode.
Yes.
We only had one comment that really, dealt with what we were talking about. And that was from Wiru Senpai.
Yo.
We've heard from you before.
Yes.
About how disappointed you were with this season. Or last season, I should say. Basically, Endro and I think, what was the other one? Kimori Kusa? I don't think I know that one.
No. We saw Endro right before we started recording. We were looking at Crunchyroll and saw Endro, so I don't know, that might be something. I'm definitely going to probably check that out. Maybe a couple episodes and get a feel for it and report back.
Medieval cute girls, maybe.
Yeah, right. So I'm gonna jot that down and circle it. But yeah, Wiru, you're not particularly wrong. I'm not 100% on board with it, but I'm also not 100% disagreeing. There were some moments on a lot of these shows, almost like every show, where it kind of had a low point, but I also felt that personally the shows had high points as well. So in the case of like Quintuplets was great. Like I said, it was a nice throwback to old school harem shows, but the animation quality at times was very questionable. And I was just thinking, like, what happened? It's all like, the budget is non-existent? Are they holding back for the Blu-rays and they just cranked this out real quick? Because they were like, yeah, it's just waifu bait. They'll pick their waifus and then they'll go and drop money on everything. And it's like, wow. So, it's, I don't know what was the purpose behind that, but it was definitely there. The animation quality was definitely weird at times, but I felt that at least the characters, even though the story could be kind of generic at times, one dude, multiple females, you've seen it before.
Yeah, typical harem anime.
Yeah. But I felt that the strength of the characters and the uniqueness of the characters, how they were all their own archetype, I felt is what carried that show. So animation bad, characters good. So and that's what I was saying is like, yeah, there's definitely disappointment, but I also felt that there's definitely high points. And then you can see the same thing with like Shield Hero, where there was kind of like lull points where it was just kind of like the first couple episodes were like, oh damn, what's going on? This is so like but then after it was kind of like Fumi was established and all that. You can kind of see that it was like, okay, well, now it's slowing down because now that the drama is down and he's away from the king and Malty and, the other schmucks. Now he's kind of growing on his own and it's, almost kind of boring. But, it's also that we don't want to see our boy getting too stressed out either. because he deserves a break. He's gone through enough crap, but that was kind of the price to pay. You can't always have him being pushed and shoved around, because then it would just be like, damn, can he get a break? But yeah, there were definitely some slow points. But again, it was kind of when the action scenes picked up, or now Fumi kind of found himself and redeemed himself, it was like, okay, it was worth it. We got why he needed to go through sacrifice.
Yeah.
It was to make him a better, stronger person, a better, stronger character. So, yeah, same thing with like Kaguya-sama. Again, it was like the problem with most comedy shows is that they can't be funny all the time. So when something tries to be serious, or the comedy tries to make a plot, when all you've been doing the whole time is laughing, it's just kind of like, this is awkward. So, it's like driving your car 75 miles per hour, and then all of a sudden it's like, now you got to drop down to 30. It's kind of like that, and so it just kind of breaks the flow. So, again, we can kind of find lull points or low points or disappointing parts in pretty much every show of the season. So, again, I don't completely disagree, but I also don't completely agree either. So, give and take. Half and half, meet midway. Mm-hmm. So that's how I feel. My thoughts on it.
None of the shows last season were perfect. I'll say that. They all had, like you said, their low points. Yeah. For me, though, I kind of feel like they had more high points.
Yeah, totally.
Which for me, well, not really disappointing for me. Yeah. But I can see how somebody could look at it and go, I don't know about this season.
Yeah.
It's not that great.
Yeah, and I started last season just like I'm starting this current one with, I have nothing to watch. I don't know. And it was the memes of Shield Hero and all of that, and the drama and Crunchyroll writing articles, that I was just kind of like, whoa, what's everybody talking about? Why is everyone's panties in a bunch? And then I started looking into it, and then I was like, oh, okay, now I get it. Yeah, this is pretty dope. All right, I'm in. I bought in. So, and I'm not disappointed. Obviously it's still going on, so I'm sure we'll get to Shield Hero eventually. But yeah, I'm just waiting. And again, it took a couple episodes for instance, Kaguya-sama until the Chica dance. Then everyone started paying attention to it. So I don't know. I guess I'm just waiting for the Chica dance moment for some of these shows to kind of stand out or leap out, and people start talking about it. But
I was pretty on board with Kaguya episode 1. So
yeah, once you watch it and you see it, it's like, oh yeah, now I get it. But again, unless you're one of those manga guys or light novel guys and you knew about it beforehand, it's like,
yeah. And Promised Neverland, Cat Roommate, Ueno-san, Domestic Girlfriend. Mm-hmm. I never watched those, so I don't have opinions on those.
I do want to watch Cat Roommate just because that's my life.
You have 2 of them.
Yeah. So I feel that's a little bit connected to me, but we'll see.
I kind of feel like your cat's not going to be top waifu, though.
No. No, she's
at least for 1 week.
She's too tsundere. More soon, not enough dere.
Yeah. But yeah, that was pretty much the only comment we had dealing with what we were talking about.
And yeah, if you want to expand on your comment as well and let us know, what were the things that disappointed you specifically? Were there moments? Is it just an overall theme that disappointed you with these shows, or? I actually saw that Promised Neverland actually got called out too. Wow.
Yeah.
Like I said, my problem with Promised Neverland was I just felt that it was those people that, those people that like 10 years ago, they used to watch Hellsing because they were like, oh, it's so violent, and they thought that automatically makes it cool, and it's like, well, Fist of the North Star had people's heads blowing up, and you guys don't talk about that. I think that's way cooler than Hellsing. So it just kind of felt like all the edgelords and people that were like, anime sucks, I don't watch anime, but I'll watch Promised Neverland. That's kind of that's the crowd that I felt came and was watching Promised Neverland. Those edgelords that are like, I don't watch anime, but I'll watch it because they eat kids. That's so cool. And it's like, what's wrong with you, man? So that's...
kids are the spawn of Satan, so...
So let the demons eat them.
Yeah.
So, okay. So, I mean, there you go. What we say? There's disappointing moments about everything, right?
Yeah.
So again, I mean, if you want to expand on it, sure, we can touch on this again, or we'll revisit this. Yep. And I mean, it's also something too that with this current season and even in the future, It'll be something that we might discuss. It's just kind of, highs and lows, pros and cons,
Yeah. Because
So-
I think usually when we talk about the series, we don't really go into what we liked and didn't like.
Yeah, correct. It's usually more like recap and
Yeah.
thoughts. But yeah, we never really talk about what improvements could be made and whatnot.
Might have to think about doing that.
There you go.
One thing I do want to bring up is Yuren. He said he's waiting for Kaiji. I started watching Kaiji a few months ago, and it's been put on hold. Mainly because I was moving at the time, so I'm trying to catch up to all those shows I was doing: ReZero, Yuri Yuri, Kaiji, my teen romantic comedy Snafu. I've got it now so that I watched whatever I was closest to finishing, and then just go down the list that way. And Kaiji's after ReZero, so you got a little while to go. Because I'm still trying to watch Yuri Yuri. I gotta put this on. There we go. Nobody ever texts me. So. Anyway, I'm watching Yuri Yuri right now, and I still got, I think, 8 episodes for that. And then I got ReZero after that. And then after that is Kaiji.
So you haven't even finished ReZero, but you know that Amelia is best girl?
Yeah,
Wow.
I know she's best girl. Definitely.
Okay. All right. What episode are you on?
13.
Okay.
I think. Yeah, it's after he just went back to the mansion after he was sent to what was that cat guy named Felix
Felix, yeah.
to him for healing when he heard that the mansion was getting attacked.
Okay.
So he went over there to go try to help, and then Ram left him and said, "Yeah, I'm going over there, and you just stay here."
Okay.
That's where I'm at.
Okay.
I remember exactly where I'm at. I just got to pick it back up again after Yuri Yuri. Season 2.
So you have to stop watching Isekai Quartet then until you're done with ReZero.
No, that's not happening. As long as they don't spoil nothing, that's fine. Doesn't look like it's going to be spoiling anything. Because I haven't watched Overlord either, so...
When we get to Isekai Quartet, we'll expand on that. I have some thoughts on that.
Yeah. Anyway, just letting you know, you got a little while before Kaiji, but I will get back to it.
Cool.
It's just going to be a few months. I'll try to get to it quickly, though. I'm trying to do 2 episodes at a time for those shows, so... If I have time, I might do more. That way I can get to it faster. So, in case you were wondering what's going on with that. Alright, now we're going to get into whatever anime we're watching. As we just said, Sano's not really watching anything this season yet. Yet. Except for one. But we'll get into that a little bit. Let's see, we were just talking about Shield Hero. I guess I can bring up a little bit about it. Because, not a whole lot really happened this episode.
Okay.
They did get away from the princess. They're trying to frame them for burning down that forest.
Why is she such a dick? It's so unnecessary. It's like, what is your problem? Damn.
I don't know.
And it's all like, and now I'm even feeling bad for Melty. I'm not even like, I'm not an Oni-chan type, but man, poor Melty. My heart goes out to her.
Maybe she heard him when he said that princess looked kind of slutty.
Ugh.
Trying to get even.
Speaking of edgelord, I love all the memes where they tried to put Multi and Naofumi together, and it's all like, ha ha ha, ha ha, you're so funny, ha ha ha, you sick.
Yeah. It just looks forced. Don't
Yeah, it's just like, oh,
there's
man.
no way that would happen. Unless you're like brainwashed or
Man,
something.
I feel like I can shave with the edge on these jokes.
Yeah. Got a little backstory about Reptalia. I guess, she was a slave for some other guy before? With like a few of other demi-humans?
So the person that attacked the mansion is the same dude that attacked Raftalia's village in the past.
Ah.
Because I forgot if they said that guy with the whip is the one who fought the owner of the mansion, and the dude who owns the mansion used to be like an ally or a friend of Raftalia's village.
Yeah.
And then this guy is a dickhead, and he attacks, and now he's under orders to attack, and he's, a dick.
Well, I think he was under orders. I think he just heard a rumor that he was there.
Okay.
So took it upon himself to go and attack.
Okay.
Because the princess and them don't even know about what he's doing. He was getting ready to take Melty back. Because she said, just take me back to the king and I'll get this whole thing fixed. But he was getting ready to torture Melty too, so... Just to find out where the shield hero was.
What a...
Yeah. These people, I swear to God.
Yeah, it's like I said, man, it's just so unnecessary. It's just like, man, I get it, you're bad and you're evil and all that, but it's... I don't know, it's a little excessive.
I was like, can we talk about how the Shield Hero series has decided to end every episode with a cliffhanger?
Yeah, that's how they keep you coming back.
They didn't do that in the last one. I didn't notice it as bad. Like, it wasn't that bad before.
Yeah. What was it, 1 week, 2 weeks ago with Milty? The guy were trying to run up and assassinate Milty. Yeah. Yeah. But, I mean, they have to keep something because they've already been in it for a season, so now they got to keep you coming back, so keep it mysterious.
I'm already going to come back. You don't need to do this. I don't like it. I don't like the cliffhangers.
You can always go read the manga.
Yeah, I'll
be that guy.
I'll do it after.
Oh, man.
But, yeah, that's pretty much all that happened.
Mm-hmm.
There wasn't a whole lot this episode. Just setting up them trying to go to the queen.
Yes.
And the difficulty they're having doing it.
Yeah, so maybe that's the giant cliffhanger, is that when the queen shows up, it'll just be like, alright, she sets everything in order, and she's just like, y'all full of crap, this is what's up. Bam, everyone lines up and is in order.
Unless the princess decides to go, oh, he brainwashed her too. Oh. We can't trust her. And then it's like, shut up.
It's all like, what's funny is that they were like, oh, the Naofumi, the shield hero, has brainwashing powers. And it's all like, if he had brainwashing powers, why doesn't he use them immediately, right now, to brainwash everybody and get out?
He said that. He said, if I had that ability, I wouldn't be in this situation, wouldn't I? And they didn't want to believe him, so... because he's a shield hero and he's a liar. And he can't be trusted.
And Spear Hero is a lolicon.
Oh, definitely. I think the only one who kind of believed him was Ren, and he only asked, do you have proof that you don't have an ability like that?
Yeah.
And, well, he can't actually show them his abilities, so he technically has no proof. But, yeah, it's just framing him for every little thing. And until he gets to the queen and it gets all worked out. Hopefully the princess dies. I'll be happy.
So brutal.
I've said that in the last 2 episodes. When is she going to die? You get one of those demons from Neverland to go and eat her or something. They say she's a little big for her age.
Yeah, I was about to say, they like them to have big brains, and I don't know if there's a big brain on that one.
Oh, yeah.
So, but, Yeah, well, it's one of those things where it's leading up into something, and at least they are making it kind of suspenseful so that you do come back. And so I'm kind of in a wait and see kind of a phase. And so once the big reveal or the big plot device occurs, then it's going to be like, oh yeah. But yeah, right now, and then it was like, you also have to kind of laugh too, because the guy that owned the mansion that they were hiding out in, they make it seem like, oh, he might be a bad guy, Oh, he's not really a bad guy. It's one of those scenarios where they're trying to throw you off and then they throw you off, but you kind of saw it coming, but then you kind of didn't see it coming because you're like, you've seen both happen so often now. Yeah. It's kind of like,
It happened to me. I did it.
Yeah.
I was like, I don't know if I trust this guy. Don't eat the food he's giving you.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I got that. I got that, definitely.
Yeah. Also, I think that Naofumi needs to get over himself and just be a little bit nicer to Milty. It's like, all right.
At least a little bit nicer. Not... It could be a lot nicer.
Yeah.
I think she's proven that she's not going to backstab him.
Yeah.
I mean, Philo trusts her.
Yeah.
Trust Philo.
Yeah. Trust your chocobo.
Yeah. Your fat chocobo.
Yeah. Your chocobo will take you far.
Man, it's kind of funny you brought up that the Spear Hero is a lolicon. Well, Naofumi's getting all the lollies.
That's how it goes, man.
That's why he wants everything he has.
Sometimes you're the Lolicon, sometimes you're the Oni-chan.
Yeah.
That's just how it falls.
Definitely. Well, that's all I got for Shield Hero.
Yeah.
Um,
Until the next one.
yeah, until the next one.
Until the next one.
Wednesday. So, did you want to talk about one of yours? I know you picked up one from a while ago.
Well, you know what? Let me actually go back. Speaking of Shield Hero, so I finally made through with my commitment and I finished Bunny Senpai. And so what's funny is that the two voice actors, the ones that played Sakurajima Mai and Sakuta from Bunny Senpai are now Fumi and Raftalia. And so it's kind of like, why ruin a good thing? And so that's really what motivated me to go and finish up Bunny Senpai. And so now that I've completely finished it, I can officially say I agree with the Crunchyroll Awards that Sakurajima Mai was the best girl of 2018. And what it honestly, and I know a lot of people compared it to Haruhi, because there was kind of like supernatural events that kind of went into the show, but there was also kind of like psychological things to like, not occurrences, but it's kind of rarities that happen in life that they kind of built the show off of, and I thought that was kind of cool. I did a little bit of psychology and sociology in college. And so kind of studying these things and seeing them in a high school setting where, you know, high school, middle school, high school, those are the most transformative years of a person's life. And to see how, you know, kids kind of deal with it or you know, teenagers deal with it is pretty interesting. But the thing that I liked about the show as a whole was that the characters were pretty realistic. In this day and age where everyone is snarky and sarcastic and all of that, it's and cynical. You know, you don't want to see it, but it is kind of natural because things that you're told aren't always the things that happen. Yeah. And so to kind of see how the characters do it, they're like that, you know, but they still have problems and they still want to be genuinely good people. And they do fall in love, they do have hardships, they do get jealous. You know, they do joke around and have fun, and you see all of that. And you also kind of see the results of traumas and hardships and all of that. And so that's kind of something that Haruhi didn't go into enough because Haruhi was just more like building Suzumiya's fantasy world. You know, it's her world, she is God. The world is built around her vision. Versus in Bunny Senpai, it's more like Sakuta he's sarcastic, but he's still a bro, and he helps those around him. And, you know, when he's, you know, he's a kid that never really had love, and he finds his girlfriend, and then, you know, he's happy. He's happy, but he's still a kid in high school. So he still has all those issues he deals with. And so I thought it was really well done. Probably not going to read the light novel or the manga because that's probably a mind fuck I don't want to deal with. And I could only imagine all the psychology terms that they probably bust out if it's a light novel. I'm pretty sure it's a light novel. And it's probably like 7 pages trying to describe to you the psychological case that's occurring. And I'm like, you know what, I didn't get that far into psychology. So I'm not going to go, you know, into all of that. But yeah, it was a really good watch. And the characters were really, really well done. Every character had their own unique gimmick and all that. There was one plot twist that you already kind of knew coming into it, what was going on. But it had to do with Sakuta himself. Because you see Sakuta dealing with everyone else's issues. And then at the end, at least of the season, you saw him dealing with his own. So, you know, you saw him dealing with everyone else's mental deficiency, so to say, and then it turns out, well, he's got one himself, and so you kind of see him dealing with it too. But you also see that Mai herself genuinely cares for Sakuta, even though she's kind of a snarky little dickhead herself. But that's kind of my type. I don't know, that's just something that I personally find kind of attractive. You know, someone that's not necessarily a doormat, that kind of is like, yeah, I like that. So, you know, what can I say? So, that's why, like I said, I think that Sakurajima Mai definitely earned that title, and seeing them both come back as now Fumi and Raftalia, I think is really nice. and someone said when the ship is so good that it keeps on rolling, and they actually showed their pictures from myanimelist.net or whatever, and it was like them side by side. It was like Bunny Senpai, and then it was Shield Hero, and you see both of them there side by side. It's like, yeah, totally. So yeah, if you haven't seen Bunny Senpai and you need a Haruhi Suzumiya 2018 fix, I say check it out. And I think that with Bunny Senpai, that almost wraps up. Well, that definitely wraps up 2018 because that came out last year.
Yeah.
I have Kakigurui season 2 that I got, so I'm gonna knock that out. I don't know if I'll be able to get it done by next podcast, but I'm gonna give it a shot and we'll see what happens.
Yeah.
So
gonna have to not sleep for a while.
Anime was a mistake. But yeah, that's it. Bunny Senpai, it's great. I fully recommend it. Go check it out. You won't be disappointed.
I know I gotta check it out.
Yeah,
it was recommended to me too, so I gotta watch it eventually.
Yeah, it earned its props. Definitely.
Cool. Okay. We got Piano no Mori season 2.
Good.
I don't know if the latest episode was translated yet. It's kind of hard to tell with these people.
Is it on Crunchyroll?
It's not on Crunchyroll. Oh, okay. I haven't seen it really anywhere except on this one site I go to. Like only one translator I think does it.
Got it.
Right.
Got it.
And he usually takes a week or so to get it done. But so I'm only up to episode 10 or 11, I think, where Kai started his portion of the tournament, or the competition, I should say. He's got, like I said, a lot going into this because he wants to actually win now. And yeah, he just played. They didn't finish. It ended on a cliffhanger again.
Of course.
Another series with a cliffhanger.
Of course.
I think he's still got another set to go before he's done, and we get to our last dude, Lek, I think is his name, the Polish guy that one judge wants to win. Everybody was pretty sure that the Chinese piano player Peng Wei was going to win after his performance, but yeah, they weren't counting on Kai playing as well as he did. Even Lek, however you pronounce his name, was saying, "Oh, you think you're actually going to beat Peng Wei?" And he goes, "Well, we haven't played yet, so won't know until we go up there."
It's funny that they underestimate the Japanese guy, and it's like I've seen enough anime to know when the Japanese guy shows up in any competition, you'd be afraid of him.
Yeah. But yeah, he's still got a little. I think a little bit to go on his competition, like his portion, and then we get into the final guy. His teacher has been trying to get him to, as he put it, get out of the forest, because as it's called Piano in the Forest. Because there was an actual piano in the forest that he was playing, and that's like where his heart is.
It's a symbolic reference.
Yeah. So he's been trying to get him out of the forest with his playing, and he finally did that during this competition. So his playing is going to evolve a little. I don't know how well, we're going to have to see. Because last time a character's playing evolved during a competition, he got knocked out of the competition. And that was his friend. So you have to wait and see on that one. But really good music again. It's basically this final part of the competition. They have to choose between one of two songs. So it's basically just the same one I heard before, just better played. But yeah, I'm looking forward to see how this turns out. I'm pretty sure he's going to win, but they might surprise me.
Just to keep it going.
Just to keep it
Give
going.
you season 2.
3.
Season 3.
Yeah, 'cause this is season 2.
Okay.
But yeah, there's 2 more episodes I gotta got to see if the latest one is available for download so I can get it. And then hopefully finish it off this weekend when it finally ends and I can see who wins. Unless they decide to end it on a cliffhanger and not tell me.
You have to buy the Blu-ray.
Yeah, because they did that on at the end of season 1. They ended it on a cliffhanger. After he finished his performance, end of the season.
That's why.
So, we'll see. That's all I got for that.
I think that the next couple of shows are ones that we've both seen. One Punch Man and Isekai Quartet. So
yes,
I'm going to start with One Punch Man.
Yes, you just watched it.
I just watched it before we began recording this, and I was telling Roman that it seems that it's more story driven now, because the first season was kind of establishing everything, establishing the world, establishing the rules of the world for the superheroes, and it introduced the cast of characters, all that stuff. And now that that's pretty much all taken, in the flow of the last season, to me, felt that the first 9 or so episodes it was 12 episodes, right?
It was 12 episodes.
It was 12 episodes. So it was just kind of like the first 9 or so were all just whatever goes. It's just, it was not necessarily irrelevant, but it also was kind of like, it happened. But then the last couple episodes where the dude shows up, the alien guy and all that, and then they have their, big beatdown and all that. Yeah.
Lord Boros.
Lord Boros. Man, that's so long ago. And then they finally did their showdown and all that, and blah, blah, blah. And that was pretty much like the big main or only story arc that really happened. And now that that's all out of the way, we all know that Saitama exists. People know that Saitama exists. Now we can finally get into some stories. And, the first thing they want to do is blow up All Might. This very first episode right here where this dude... I'm not sure if this was a knock on All Might, but it definitely felt like it was a knock on All Might. And I also brought up to Roman, too, that it's interesting because One Punch Man, at least the anime, came out before Boku Hero no Academia. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm pretty sure it did. Pretty sure that but One Punch Man came first, and everyone loved One Punch Man. But then Boku Hero came out, and then everyone was like, One Punch Man, get the fuck out. Boku Hero is here, All Might, bitch. And here we are, and so now it's One Punch Man is existing in a world with Boku Hero no Academia, which to my knowledge it's coming back too this year, right?
Yeah, October.
Yeah, there you go. So yeah, One Punch Man is now living in a world where we have Boku Hero, and they're for all intents and purposes they're the same shit. They're the same thing, and it's just kind of like, well, Boku Hero that was shown in Jump and One Punch Man is not, and so it seems that One Punch Man resolves its stories a lot faster than Boku Hero.
I actually think it is shown in Jump.
Is it shown in Jump?
I think so.
Oh, well then.
Let me see.
Roman's looking that
I'm
up.
going to look this up. You go ahead and continue.
And pretty much it's the flow that I'm noticing, because the Shonen Jump ones, tend to drag themselves out. Plus, they also like to cover multiple people's fights, because that's just what Shonen Jump does. To quote One Piece, it's like, remember, Luffy gets a fight, Sanji gets a fight, Nami gets a fight, Robin gets a fight, Zoro gets a fight, everybody gets a fight. So, that's kind of how it goes in Boku Hero. And not so much in One Punch Man, but yeah.
Yeah, Shonen Jump.
It is Shonen Jump?
It is Shonen Jump.
Okay.
The Yusuke Murata version is, anyway.
Okay.
The 1x1 is self-published, so...
Yeah.
That's just on
there's still 2 versions of it?
Yeah, he just came back.
Okay.
He just did a chapter not too long ago. So he's going to get back into it.
That's so weird that there's 2 of the same show or same series. It still confuses me, but...
Well, I know the new one has some different things compared to the original. But he goes through one to see if it's alright if he does it. And if he gets approval before he does anything.
Okay, well that's good. That's respectful. I can dig it.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it's gonna be crazy. One Punch Man and Boku Hero in the same year. It's I don't know, And, ironically enough, Aoi Yuki is in both shows too. You know?
Oh yeah, she's Uraraka, isn't she?
No. Aoyuki does Froppy in Boku
she's
Hero,
Froppy?
and she does Tatsumaki.
I know she's Tatsumaki.
Yeah, and she's in both because she's like.
See, there's a character I like of hers, Froppy.
Yeah. You don't like Tatsumaki?
She's okay.
What is this lost child doing? Yeah. Oh man!
But now that Fubuki is here. Get
Hayami Saori. You know, I discovered that Hayami Saori does Melt Lilith in Fate, and I was just kind of like, ah. So, you know, Hayami Saori is, she also, recently, it was in something on Sankaku Complex, it was like 10 voice actresses or something, and it was like her and Kayano Ai and a couple of Megumi Hashimura. I think it was like singing voices, maybe, like voice actresses that also can really, really fucking sing. And I think she was on there, Hayami Saori, who's the Fubuki. It's good stuff, but it was also kind of like they made that joke in the last season too. It's all like, Fubuki-sama, it's our time to shine. Well, we're not even in here, what the fuck? And that was pretty much her only credit as Fubuki in season 1 was just that one little short, you know. But didn't she come in like an OVA or a Blu-ray special or something?
I think she was in an OVA.
Something, yeah.
I know they did one where they show her sitting on a couch and she's talking.
Yeah. So that's your Hayami Saori for One Punch Man. But yeah, it's always fun times though when Hayami Saori and Aoyuki are in the same show. So yeah. But I mean the first episode is at least looking good. So
yeah,
we're looking forward to revisiting Saitama and. Like I said, the dude that does Saitama is also Achilles in Fate. So
he was also the main guy in Kaguya.
Yes,
which I mentioned in another podcast.
Yes,
because I was surprised about that.
Yeah, it's very rare. I don't know. You know, and watch. I'm going to go look him up. He's like, oh, he was like in 5 shows last year. He just didn't do anything, and then he just came out the cuts in Fate Apocrypha, and I was like, oh, okay. So props to him. You know, he's a good dude.
Yeah.
So. We'll see. We'll see. We'll keep our eye on it, and I'm just going to preemptively say no. I'm not reading the manga. So I'm just not going to do it.
I know for a while before the season even came out, like before the first episode even aired, there was a big thing about the animation because Madhouse did the last season, and was it what's the name of the studio doing it? JC something.
JC Staff, I think.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah. I think they're doing it this year.
Mm-hmm.
And as soon as the preview came out, everybody was like, well, this season's dead.
Really?
This is a bad season. One Punch Man is not gonna be any good. And I'm like, are you serious? The episode isn't even out yet. Give it a chance. It's just a preview. I'm not gonna lie. It's definitely not Madhouse quality. But it's still pretty good. The action scenes were pretty cool. I liked it.
Yeah, it was fine to me. I don't know.
But I mean, I'm pretty easy to please, so
same.
As long as I find it entertaining, I really don't care.
Yeah, I mean, it's like the nature of the show and the characters haven't changed, so I don't know.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, that'll be something to keep our eye on then.
I mean, I know there'll be sections where I'm like, well, that's kind of awkward looking, but even still, as long as I find the show entertaining and everything, I'm gonna like it.
Pretty much. Yeah, like I said, I was not expecting that, but we'll see. That's the best I can say is we'll see.
Yeah.
You know, I'm just gonna keep watching it and judge it for what I see and what I experience, and it's pretty much all I can do, honestly.
Yeah.
So, but interesting fact.
I'm
learning so much.
Yeah. When I started hearing that, I was like, man, this season's gonna be great. Do you know what's gonna happen? I know what's gonna happen. It's gonna be awesome. Don't worry about the animation. So I guess we'll go into the other one that we both watch.
Okay.
Which is Isekai Quartet.
Uh-huh.
Possibly the greatest anime this season.
Because it cheated. It's 4 animes in one, so it's like you're just going to get everybody in there.
And you still get your high school setting.
Right.
For those who don't know, who aren't in the loop, Isekai Quartet is a short, 12-minute anime with the characters from Konosuba, ReZero, Overlord, and Tanya.
Yojo Senki, yeah.
All in a high school setting. I was getting ready for Aqua to try to turn undead Ainz.
That would be the end of the show.
She's over there like, excuse me, where are we? And then she's going over to dude, like, hey, he's an undead. Can we attack him? No, not yet.
So I'm going to preemptively say this, but I personally don't know anyone who has seen all 4 shows.
Yeah, I have not seen Overlord.
Me neither. I've seen the other 3, and I'm caught up on all of them except for Overlord.
Yeah,
and I once again, like you said, I've been over this on another podcast where I just didn't feel the need to watch Overlord. So like, I've got Konosuba. There's How Not to Summon a Demon Lord. There's Slime. Konosuba, obviously. Why? I just didn't. Why? I just didn't feel the need to. And I know a lot of people are like, what's her name? Albedo. You know what? And I saw the meme too, where it was the guy that like buffed himself with all 17 of his buffs. And I was like, okay, that's pretty funny because that's kind of how it happens in like Fate when you get to the boss and you turn on all your buffs just to do one superpower attack. And also it's kind of like how you do it in MMOs. So I get the reference, I get the jokes, but again, it's not something that I haven't seen before in Konosuba, you know. So it's just, I don't know, I didn't really, yeah. But on the flip side, it's like, everyone got turned off by Yojo Senki because for some reason, why do y'all still think it's fucking Nazis in world? It's not world. First off, it's not World War II. First off, it's World War I. All right, that's the World War no one ever talks about. No one knows why, and it's like it happened. It was a real thing. And if there was no World War I, we wouldn't have World War II for multiple reasons. So one, it's like instantly they just see the way Tanya's dressed and they're just kind of like, nah. But it's like, is really, really fucking good because the premise of it, that the gods, that religion itself is like, they're afraid of man, of people, and they want to make an example out of a human to be all like, you should worship us because we control your lives. And if you don't, we can end you. And Tanya is all like, nah, give you the middle finger, and I'm gonna fucking wreck this shit. And it's like, and she does! And it's like, that's so, like, that's what most people do every day of their lives, is they give the gods or the powers that be the middle finger, and they go and kick ass. And it's like, it might not literally be you beating someone up, but it could be you dealing with a very difficult situation at your job, or at school, or with people, and you figure it out and you're a better person for it. That's kind of what Tanya is all about, you know?
She's not a better person. She's still kind of a...
Well, you know,
person.
Why is she a horrible person? Because she's put in a horrible situation. So, remember, her suffering could end at any time. She just needs to admit that God is better than her. But she won't, because that's why Tanya's great.
I don't know.
Wow. See what I mean? And like I said, people just be hating, man. They just don't like Tanya. Tanya's fucking amazing. I love Tanya. Tanya, I was about to say, might be my favorite, but it's like, I don't know. It's hard. It's neck and neck with Konosuba. It's like one of them does something really well and the other one does something really well. And it's also kind of hard to kind of compare them too, because you're comparing a comedy to like, I don't even know what to describe. It's not quite action, not quite drama, but it is supernatural, but you know.
It's a little everything.
So yeah, it's a little bit of everything. So it's yeah. But they both do things so well that they're just both really good fucking shows. And like I said, Tanya is so underrated. Which also reminds me, I believe May 16th, Tanya is coming to your local theaters. Be sure to check out Fathom Events. See what theater near you is going to air Tanya the movie. I'm going to go watch it. Hell yeah.
Also, we're not sponsored by Fathom, so...
Fathom, please sponsor us. And whoever is the people that do Tanya, Yojo, Senki, please sponsor us. So yeah, you know, and it's funny too because like what they cut out in the anime was in the manga they actually have like all the armaments of World War I. So they have mortars, they have tanks, they have planes, But they don't use tanks and planes in the anime. Maybe they just cut it out because they were like, it just, I don't know, cuts animation or whatever. And I know that it was Studio Nut.
Nut?
Yes, it was their first time. And I know a lot of people had problems with the animation, especially when you saw the animation from, or the drawings from the light novel, and then the dude also did the manga. And you saw the, like, kind of really articulate, style. But I don't know. I kind of like we just said. I kind of got over it because it was just so cool. It was just so good that I just didn't really even care. And I mean, you see Tanya single-handedly whoop the Hungarian alliance. I'm sorry, not Hungarian alliance. And then Tanya goes and whoops not France. And then now in the next season, we're getting totally not America and not Russia. And it's like, dude, this is so great. This is so amazing. But people don't like it. What's up?
Is there a second season coming?
Well, the movie is going to kind of encapsulate some aspects of it. Because there was another movie that was just a recap of the first season. But now this one actually takes place after the first season. I don't know where, because I stopped reading the manga. And I regret that. I need to get back into it. And you can see right there on my shelf, I have a couple of them. So, but it does take place after the first season. So it acknowledges things that happened in the first season. And it is the battle between that dude's daughter, whose name is actually Mary Sue. Why does she have such amazing powers? She's totally a Mary Sue. Oh. So, and Tanya. And so, yeah, I don't know how this is going to play out. I don't know what's going down. I don't know how they're going to make this into a movie, because I don't know what you can do for 80 minutes, 90 minutes. So, all I know is you fucking have my money. Sign me up. So, yeah. And then even in the first episode of Isekai Quartet, Tanya had the best joke when she said that working for the government sucks.
Oh, I don't deny that.
Because, well, you know my occupation.
Well, I was in the military too. So.
Oh yeah, we're in the same boat. Yeah. We all have a little bit of Tanya inside of us.
A little.
So, Tanya's great. Tanya's amazing. So, and I mean, I don't really know what else I can say about like Konosuba. I mean, whenever I see Ishtar and Ereshkigal from Fate Grand Order, and I immediately go to Aqua and Eris. And it's so funny because I think Eris and Eresh, and they're almost the same character. So it's like, yeah, it's sign up, join the Axis cult, sign up for the Axis cult. Sign up for the cult of Ishtar. So I'm going to make that Photoshop edit one day too. So
One day
when I'm not lazy, I'm going to make that edit. So, but yeah, it's and everyone makes that joke too, because they both reference, like, so they call Aqua the useless goddess, but then in the game they also call her or Ishtar the useless goddess. So that's why everyone calls her Aqua. Yeah. So.
Yeah. That sucks.
Yeah. But it's great. It makes great memes.
Yeah.
So
yeah,
that's why I need to make the Photoshop, just to make it once and for all, just get it out there. But yeah, I think 12 minutes of Isekai Quartet's not long enough.
No, it's not.
So, and then I guess ReZero's in there too. Just being ReZero. Fucking, who's Rem? You suck. I'm not even a big Rem guy. I like Rem. Rem is cool. But I'm a Ram guy. Ram is best girl. Ram all the way.
Well, I'm not saying I don't like Rem. She's cool. I just prefer Amelia.
It's boring. I don't know. Amelia's just... And it's funny because it's Takahashi Diaz, Amelia, and so it's like, I should by nature love Amelia, but I just don't. It's so, I don't know, it's just boring.
I don't know. I don't need the obsessive Rem over Subaru.
Yeah, and don't get me wrong either. Rem is kind of a putz, so that's just being real. I'm not even trying to be a dick about it. It's just also, it's like, Rem, come on, you're so much better than that.
I mean, Beatrice was older. Like, looked older, at least.
What was Beatrice's thing? Dekozaru?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I do like her. She's cool.
Yeah, Beatrice is funny.
Don't show her enough.
Yeah, no.
But I do like that she's in this.
Yeah, of course. Of course.
We got them all.
Yeah, they have the most boring. Actually, and then I just remember, too, that the dude that owns the mansion is voiced by Koyas Takehita. I wonder if he's going to show up. I mean, I'm sure their voice actor budget is already super inflated, so fuck it. What's another? Who knows how much he charges? Basically, Dio.
Oh.
The voice of Dio, yeah.
Maybe that's why it's only 12 minutes.
Yeah. Because it's all like, you looking at, was it Sora Amamiya as Aqua? You're looking at Kayano Ai as Darkness, Takahashi Rie as Amelia, and Megumin. I'm sure they got a buy one, get one free budget on that one. You know, Aoi Yuki, Hayami Saori. I mean, jeez. I don't even know the Overlord guys.
Yeah, I don't know any of them.
I know that Sora Amamiya, who does Aqua, she was the lizard in Overlord, and I know about the lizard bang scene. I know that much about Overlord. So I said, y'all some sick fucks. And, you know, and then I read too, it was all, yeah, that thing went on for like 8 minutes. I was like, God damn you guys!
Well, at least it was animated well. I mean, it is Madhouse.
It's more like you just heard lots of moaning noises, so I'm like, Aqua! See, that's what I'm saying, man. Y'all that like Overlord, y'all some freaks. So, and I mean that in the most loving way possible, because some of my best friends love Overlord. And I'm like, I know them, and I know that you know, that I know why they like Overlord. So that's why I'm also like, alright guys, I've seen this before. I've dealt with this before. I really don't need to deal with this. I really don't need Overlord. There's other shows too where they make moaning, weird noises. I've seen Shimoneta, so you know it's nothing new to me. So, but you know, like I said,
I just want to see what kind of shenanigans they get into.
I'll just watch Isekai Quartet.
That's what I mean.
Yeah,
That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
I want to see what kind of shenanigans all of them are going to get into.
Yeah,
like who's going to mesh together.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure the Tanya group's gonna be by themselves because they're kind of like they're not even human. That's a fantasy. What kind of outfit is that? And then the ReZero people, they didn't even say anything about them because they just showed up at the end.
Yeah.
Ram telling Subaru to sacrifice himself already.
Ram is the best. Ram is the fucking best. Ram is the best. Absolutely the best. I said that. I had that as a saying. It was like, you know, someone has just started watching ReZero when they say Rem is the best. You know, someone has finished ReZero when they say Ram is the best. You can put that on a shirt. Quote me on that.
Well, we'll see what I think after.
Yeah.
After I finish.
Ram is the best. Absolutely.
But yeah, not a whole lot with the Isekai Quartet. There was just an introduction episode.
Yeah.
Show them get to their high school and
they were all, who was it? It was Aoi Yuki, Sora Amamiya, and Albedo, I believe, and Emilia?
yeah. It was all the main girls.
From singing the ending.
Yeah,
They were
all the
singing
main girls.
ending. Yeah. Yeah. So that was pretty cute. So.
And 8-bit.
Yeah.
That was cool. I like that.
Yeah. Shoutouts to Konosuba. 'Cause on, when I went to Japan in 2017, there was, I forgot how it came, but it was a ROM for like Super Nintendo for emulator or something, and it literally was like Dragon Quest style Konosuba.
Really?
And so one of them actually put it on their like Retrocon or their Retcon system, and they actually had like the controller you could walk up and play. I don't know how they did it. I don't know if this was a special download from the website or how it worked, but yeah. And to my knowledge, it was a full game too. At least full game being like maybe an hour or two to complete. Kind of like what they did with Fate Grand Order.
Isn't there also a visual novel dating sim for
for PSP?
Konosuba?
Yeah.
I wanted to get that.
Yeah, I'm sure you can find the ISO if you look for it. Or I can look
Probably.
for it and get it, but yeah. I can let you know what I find. But yeah.
That way I can actually be with Darkness.
Fair enough.
Call her trash or something. I don't know. She'll enjoy it.
You know, you had this conversation a little bit. You referenced this when you brought up Midori from Uzamade.
Yeah.
You just like those step on
I
me
do.
senpai.
I don't know why, but I like them. I didn't even realize I liked them until I saw Konosuba.
There you go. So I like the snarky ones. He likes the step on me. All right.
don't know why.
You guys learned 2 things today. You learned what kind of waifus we're into.
Like that thing you posted. You tagged me in about waifus being trash, and I was like, well, one of them was trash. And I posted a picture of a Dory. It's like, well, she'll actually appreciate you calling her trash. So, you're not wrong. Anyway, yeah, I think that's all I got for Isekai Quartet, because it was just an introduction episode.
Yeah, we'll definitely keep our eye on that one, though.
Yeah.
Oh, man. Go watch Tanya. More people need to watch Tanya.
And to be clear, I did like the show for Tanya. I just didn't like Tanya.
I love Tanya.
Just like I liked Madoka, but I didn't like Madoka.
You know, I'm starting to think you should sound like Aoi Yuki. I think that's your beef. I think you're like, the more I talk about Aoi Yuki, the more it's like, you know what? Steven likes Aoi Yuki. I'm not going to like Aoi Yuki. I'm pure principle.
I like Froppy.
Everyone likes
I
Froppy.
like Froppy.
Everyone likes Froppy. I don't know anyone that doesn't like Froppy.
What else has she done? Oh, I like Aho Girl.
Yes, Aho Girl.
So 2 for 2 right there.
Shuten Doji and FGO. Okuta and FGO.
Haven't seen that one yet.
What else? She was in Boogie Pop Phantom as Boogie Pop.
I know she's done a lot.
Yeah, she's done a lot. When it was her birthday, and the Seiyu page did all her roles, it was like so tiny because she's just been doing so much.
Oh, Tatsumaki. I like Tatsumaki.
Tatsumaki, yes.
So there we go. 3 to 2.
Okay.
She's ahead. All right. But her 2, like, I guess, most notable ones, Tanya and Madoka, I don't like them. I don't know what it is. I think it was just that Madoka, she was like the most boring character out of the 5. So, yeah.
I mean, I was a Kyoko guy myself, so Kyoko was my favorite. But yeah.
But anyway, that's all you had, right, for anime?
That's it for me, man.
I got another, like, 8 shows.
All right. It's now the Roman show.
Yeah.
Fire away.
I'll try not to bore you guys to death.
Fuck.
Let's get to that one later, because that's the weird one, and I don't know how I'm going to talk about that. I guess I'll start with the Fruits Basket remake. I'd never watched Fruits Basket before. I think it was airing on Cartoon Network for a while, wasn't it? Back in the day?
I can't recall.
I kind of remember it airing on some channel.
I believe that was around 2004, 2005, and I was not living in state at the moment. I think I was already in Colorado when the Fruits Basket era kind of was going on.
Yeah. So I kind of had a good idea about what the show was about, because, you know.
It's reverse harem.
Yeah, it's reverse harem.
Instead of one guy surrounded by girls, it's one girl surrounded by guys. Yeah.
And, I don't know, at the time, I wasn't really big on the romance anime. Like, I was just action and stuff like that. So, the old Hellsing series, Dragon Ball Z, Big O, Outlaw Star, stuff like that I was watching. Fruits Basket wasn't on my radar. But now that I'm older, I've branched out to way more different genres. So, I've decided to check this one out. And from what I understand, this is going to be closer to the actual manga than the original series. So, I guess I'm watching the right version. First thing I said when I heard the main character's name was Dragon Maid, because her name's Toru. She's living in a tent out on these guys' property, right? Because her grandfather's house that she's living in is getting renovated, and instead of staying with some friends, she decided to just live in a tent because she didn't want to bother them, because one lives in a small apartment, the other one lives with like 5 siblings. So, don't want to bother them. She'll just live in a tent for a little bit. But she's kind of living on somebody else's property. The Somas, I believe is their names. And then she's going to school one day. She sees their house and just decides, I'm just going to go look at their house. And just goes onto their property. Like, trespassing left and right. And meets the main dude. Well, one of the main dudes. Shigure. He owns the house. And one of her classmates, Yuki, he's apparently the best-looking guy in school. So all the girls want him. He's got a fan club and everything. And they weren't too happy with her for walking to school with him that day. So they kind of cornered her in the hall. But her friends bailed her out. They're one of them's kind of, what would you call it? Thuggy. She's remember Metal Bat from One Punch Man?
Yeah, so Bancho.
Yeah, kind of like that, but not to the extreme.
Okay.
And the other one just looks like she'll kill you if you mess with her. She gets these looks on her face. She doesn't have two faces, so. But I mean, for those who know the series, you know that the main dudes in this are all based off of the Chinese zodiac. They don't actually get into that until, you don't actually see it until the end of the episode. And in order for that to happen, they have to be hugged by the opposite sex. And she accidentally falls on them. So, think like a Ranma kind of situation.
Right.
Only with the zodiac animals. The one guy, Yuki, he's the rat. I'm a rat. That's my Chinese zodiac sign.
Same.
Shigure, he's a dog. And I don't know why, I thought it was wolf. Because he heard a wolf howling and he was like, oh, something happened. And I was like, is he a wolf? I thought it was a dog. But it turned out to be dog. Then there's the cat. Which there isn't a cat in the Chinese zodiac. But one of the characters is the cat. Apparently the story goes that the rat tricked the cat into not going to a banquet that they were all going to, and that kept him out of the zodiac. And he's pretty upset about it. He's constantly trying to fight him. Like in the second episode, that's what he was doing. He was trying to fight him all the time. And they're trying to get him to just go back to school and get his life back together because he's living in the mountains for months, training to try to beat the rat, Yuki. He's also not very good at dealing with people. But so far I like it. It's really funny. Toru's she's kind of cute, the way she acts and some of the faces she makes. I said this in a episode, in like a reaction I do. I notice facial expressions. Like all the time I'm going, look at the face of me. It's because I'm always noticing facial expressions. The guys are okay so far. The cat Kyo, he's definitely a tsundere. It's like your cat, only not like trying to claw me up. But yeah, it's definitely going to come down to either him or Yuki. I can already tell. That's the way it's headed. But like I said, I like how it says in the title, first season. So I guess they plan on doing the other ones.
Did you watch the original?
I did not. No.
Okay.
So I don't know how many seasons the first one was. It was like 3 or something. I have no idea. But I'm looking forward to watching the rest of it. It looks pretty. It's pretty funny so far. I don't mind the guys, you know. And Toru's definitely the waifu so far because I don't know her friends too well so far. They haven't shown them too much. Maybe later.
So far though, you're still interested.
So far, I'm still interested. It's pretty fun.
Cool.
And like I said, I'm glad I'm picking it up now since apparently this is following the manga closer than the original.
Okay.
So, gonna get the full story instead of some things that are added in by the studio. Kind of like Fullmetal Alchemist. You said you never watched Fruit Basket because you were in Colorado, huh?
Never. I worked at Walden Books at the time, so I was very familiar when the manga came out. And the mangas were always like, we had like 5 or 7 weebs that always pre-ordered it, and it was always like a big event, you know, because even though people didn't pre-order it, people still came and bought it. So I know of the craze and, you know, that it was big Fujoshi bait. So, it came like right before Oran Host.
Ah, okay.
So it kind of goes like, you know, like Fruits Basket, Oran Host, and then like, I don't know, Black Butler.
Probably Black Butler.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, but yeah.
I have not seen any of those. So, I guess we know I'm not interested in most of that. Yeah. Although I'm watching Fruit Basket now. But yeah, it's a pretty good series so far. I'm enjoying it. It's pretty funny.
Cool.
And so far, all the characters are likable. I don't dislike anybody. It was kind of funny when Kyo, the cat, put some girl in almost like an armbar almost. Like I said, he's not good around people, and he was in school because they're trying to get him back into school, and they were crowding around him like how the new guy comes in, all the girls are crowding around him asking questions.
Yeah.
He couldn't take it anymore, and he just grabbed one of them and put him in like an armbar.
That's great. That's fantastic.
And then jumped out the window.
What a dork. All right.
So yeah, Fruits Basket is pretty good so far. I still have. I'm pretty sure this is pronounced Joshi Kause. This is another short series anime.
Okay.
3.5 minutes an episode. Completely. I can't say completely silent. They do have music and they do make little grunt noises. But there's no actual talking. You have some characters that look like they're talking, like they're speaking, but no voice comes out. So they don't have any talking in this series. But it's still pretty funny, and it definitely only needs to be 3.5 minutes. I could not see this being any longer, because then you're just like, can we just end this, please? But it's basically about this girl and her friends. The main girl's name's Momoko. She's very clumsy and not exactly very ladylike. In the first episode, she was lying on a desk with her legs open in her school outfit. So, yeah.
Sounds like my type.
And her friends Mayumi and Shibumi, who are constantly trying to keep her in line. Let me see. First episode, it wasn't like super funny. It had its moments, but the second episode really made up for that. I think, where she had like a bad luck horoscope, and everything was going wrong for her. She was trying to get a drink at the vending machine, and it was sold out. She did get a drink from her friend, who got 2. And then when she put it in the recycler, a cat knocked it out of there, and it made her fall. She was just having bad luck that whole day. But the second episode definitely made up for it, and I'm still going to watch it. I mean, it's only 3.5 minutes. There's no reason why I can't watch 3.5 minutes. So I'm just going to keep watching it. I can't even say I read the manga, because there's no talking in this. I looked at most of the manga. At least 15 chapters. So I kind of knew what I was getting into when I started watching it.
Nice.
And I was wondering if it was going to be short or if it was going to be a standard length anime. But I'm glad they went with the short. Because that seems to be the perfect length right now. 3.5 minutes. You ever heard of it?
Just when we were kind of looking at it on Crunchyroll before we started recording. I'm probably going to check it out, especially if it's a short. It's like you said, 3 minutes. It's not going to be the end of the world. So I'll probably check this out by the next podcast.
Yeah.
I'll report back.
I mean, you could probably just watch the 2 episodes now, but we're not going to do that.
We're going to focus up and knock this out.
Yeah. That's pretty much it. That's all I got for that. Again, it's short. It's pretty funny so far. Hopefully it kind of picks up later on.
Cool.
But I'm still going to watch it no matter what.
Nice.
Again, 3.5 minutes. I could spare 3.5 minutes. Let's see. All right, I'm gonna attempt to do this one.
Okay.
Serazanmai. I actually recommended this to Steven.
Okay.
To Sano, because it is very weird, and I have no idea how I'm going to talk about this.
And I meant to watch it. I did. I just got caught up in some real life things and I forgot. And also I was, like I said, watching Bunny Senpai to knock that out. But this will also probably be by next podcast. I will have watched this so I can chime in.
So I'll try not to spoil anything with this. I don't even think I could spoil much, even if I did say.
So is it a comedy or?
It's definitely a comedy.
Is it ecchi or?
Well, there's no female characters so far, but I would still say, yeah, kind of ecchi.
Okay.
Follows these three middle school this time.
Okay.
Middle school kids. Kazuki, Toi, and Enta.
Okay.
Kazuki and Toi end up being turned into Kappa.
Okay.
They accidentally just break a statue of the Kappa god.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
And next thing you know, they're in school and they're like, "What? Oh, it was a dream." Okay. And Toi, who was chasing Kazuki because he saw him breaking into a car, was like, "Okay, so it wasn't a dream because he's here, and I recognize him." Like both of them were just like that. And they went back to that spot, and they end up meeting Kepi, this little roundish-looking Kappa, who I guess is the new, spirit of Kappas or whatever. And he's the one that changes them. But from the way it looked, he had to eat them and poop them out.
I don't know how Roman would ever think this would be my kind of show.
I just need somebody to talk to about this.
Roman knows my kind of
It's just like, this is... I don't know how I could talk about this by myself. That's why I need somebody to,
You had me at eating and pooping. Alright. Okay. Alright, continue.
Enta, Kazuki's friend, ends up getting changed into a Kappa as well.
Okay.
Basically, Kepi doesn't like when you call him a frog.
Mm.
That's what caused him to eat the other two.
Okay.
And turn them into Kappa.
Okay.
And he has them... He calls them zombies, but they are nothing like actual zombies. It's like they get changed... You know, like how in One Punch Man, some of the monsters will be like, "Oh, I like too much crab, and I turned into a crab."
Yeah.
It's kind of like that, but they definitely don't look normal. Like, they kind of look almost like their body is covered with stars or whatever. It's weird. But
yeah, I'm gonna have to watch this.
You're gonna have to watch it to figure out what I'm really talking about.
Yeah.
Like I said, it's hard for me to explain what's going on with this series. Like, I remember I put on the Discord, I just watched episode 1 of Seromanzai, and I have no idea what I just watched. But I kind of like it still. It's still pretty funny.
Okay. I mean, I have no problem with weird. I don't
have any problem with it either, but this is a series I need somebody to talk to.
Okay. Okay.
Because,
all right,
as you can tell, I'm struggling here.
Okay, I'll take your challenge. I'll take your challenge. By next podcast, I'll at least have seen the first 2 episodes, and I'll report back.
Yeah, but I will say again, it's pretty funny. The animation and art is amazing in this series.
Okay.
Like, I don't know who's doing the art and animation, but they are doing an amazing job with this. I'll have to look that up. But yeah, watch it so I have somebody who can I can talk to about this. I'll actually do something. It doesn't actually say, does it?
No. I thought I could go and look at the description. There's a female right there.
Let me see this.
Sada's on my.
But yeah, it's very weird, but funny, and again, the animation and the art are great.
It looks good. I'm looking at the Crunchyroll description right now, guys, and it looks interesting. It looks good. It looks decent at least. So yeah, I will commit to watching it. And right now, as of this recording, there's only 1 episode out, so I can definitely commit. So there'll probably be maybe 2, maybe 3 by the time we record again.
Yeah.
So yeah, I can knock this out.
It says studios Mappa and Lappentrack. Never heard of any of those.
Maybe first timers, maybe offshoots.
Maybe.
But okay.
But they're doing a good job.
Okay, all right. Challenge accepted.
It kind of... I don't know, it kind of reminds me of a certain show I can't remember right now.
Shin-chan?
No, I've actually never seen Shin-chan.
Me neither.
But I can kind of see that with the pooping out. Kappa's thing. But yeah, we'll get a better discussion on that one.
Yeah. I'll check this out and we'll come back and we'll double team it.
Yeah, because I can't do this on my own.
Or I'll just come back and be just as confused as Rowan. But yeah.
Maybe it'll clear up after 3 episodes.
Yeah. Yeah, I'll come over here and give this giant college thesis on what it actually was about.
Yeah. Okay, well, I've also got We Never Learn. I don't even want to attempt saying the Japanese title because it's too long for me. This is your typical harem type of situation. You got the guy, only he's a tutor. He's tutoring the girls. The 3 main girls in this are geniuses in certain subjects. You got Fumino, who's a genius in literature and stuff like that, so she can knock out an essay in like a minute or 2. Rizu, who's a genius in science and math. And then they just introduced Uruka in the 2nd episode, and she's really good at sports, but sucks at everything else. The main dude, Naruyuki, he's their tutor. He's trying to get a kind of like a full scholarship recommendation.
Yes.
He has to be one of the top students, and the principal has to be like, "Yeah, I'll give you the recommendation." And the principal actually calls him into the office, looks at his grade, and says, "Yeah, I have no problem giving you this recommendation, but you have to tutor these 2 students for me." And the reason he has to tutor them is because they want to go to school for subjects that they suck at. Rizu sucks at literature and what do you call psychology and stuff like that. But she wants to go to school for that. And Fumino wants to go to school for astronomy, but she sucks at science and math. So she to the point where he quizzed them with the same quiz multiple times. And by the last one, their score actually dropped.
So I'm looking it up on Crunchyroll as well, and I like this one back here, the one with the Ahego.
Oh, Uruka. That's the sports girl.
That's the sports girl?
That's the sports girl.
I like her design.
Yeah.
I like her design. So, if I could interject real quick, I'm going to be honest with you. When I was looking at Crunchyroll to see what's going on this season, I did see this because, obviously it's in the forefront. It's a current show.
Yeah.
I got turned off by the description because it sounds like quintuplets. Or this was what quintuplets was all about, Uesugi is a tutor and he has to tutor stupid girls. Harem! And so I was like, do I really want to do this again? But I don't know, you're kind of convincing me. And I do like, which one is that you said?
Uruka.
That's Uruka?
Yeah.
Yeah, she has a pretty good design. I like it.
Yeah, they're geniuses. It's just that what they want to learn, they're stupid at.
What's the pink-haired one? Is she introduced yet?
In the corner?
Yeah, in the top left.
I think that's the teacher.
That's the teacher?
Yeah, she was trying to tutor them and gave up.
Okay. Teacher also looks good.
Yeah.
But when it comes to things like that, I don't really like to choose them because it's kind of illegal. It's like, no, she's, you gotta play by the rules. You gotta pick one of the normal girls.
Gotta pick a waifu.
Yeah, you gotta pick one of those because it's like, yeah, the teacher would win every time.
I don't know who the purple-haired girl is. They have not introduced her yet.
The one next to Uruka?
Yeah.
Okay. So
yeah, they have not introduced her yet, so I don't know who she is.
So it's probably every week they introduce a new one until they're all introduced?
Yeah.
Okay. Or maybe she'll show up later, who knows? Okay.
Who knows?
Okay, interesting. Good stuff.
It's pretty funny. I like all of the girls, actually. They all have something about them that's really, really good. Mm. In fact, on the Discord, Laura Games actually said that they're all really good, even the one he doesn't like.
Interesting.
So, yeah, and so far I agree with him. They all have
little quirk.
a little quirk and something about like Rizu. She's kind of the tsundere. I kind of gravitate towards them, so I like her so far. But I do like Fumino, who's the blue-haired girl, and Uruka. I like them all. I can't pick one. I'm just gonna have to collect them all. I'm gonna have to be a Pokemon trainer here.
All right. Okay.
But it's pretty funny. So far, I mean, I can't really get too much into like the tutoring aspect of it because there's only been 2 episodes. And the last episode was mostly focused on Uruka because she was just introduced.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm gonna have to wait at least till the next one to give you a much better description. And by then, maybe you have watched it,
Yeah.
so we'll be able to discuss.
Okay.
But yeah, all the girls are cool. He's actually pretty cool. And I didn't watch quintuplets, so I don't have that, hang up.
Okay. Fair.
But yeah.
All right. Well, then I guess that's something else I'll check out and I'll report back.
Let me see. Next. Kenja no Mago. This one was actually recommended to me. I was looking at it when I was going through the list of anime, and it was going to be on my initial list, but I decided to take it off at the last second. But then somebody recommended it to me, so I was like, oh, well, okay, I'll add it in. This is your Isekai series for the season. You meet the main character. He's working in a an office programmer type of situation, and then he gets run over by a car and dies. He had the long hair, no eyes, hentai thing going on.
Oh God, the hentai pro tag? Okay.
Yeah. But then he gets kind of like slime reincarnated, but as a baby in the other world. And he gets found by Merlin, of all people, after his carriage.
That guy.
Yeah, he finds a carriage like ravaged, like destroyed, people dead all over the place. And then he hears the baby crying, and he picks up the baby and takes it. And then he starts raising him, teaching him magic, and he's got people that he knows coming in, teaching him like how to make magical items and sword fight and all this other stuff. Now this is where it gets to the premise, because he taught him that so much that by the time he was 15, an adult,
Okay.
he didn't know anything as far as common sense, like situations.
Okay.
He doesn't know how to shop. He doesn't know how to interact with normal people because he's lived in the woods his entire life and he's only been with Merlin. He doesn't know really much of anything that normal people would know living in a city, like us.
Right.
Like if we'd go to the store, how we'd interact with the clerk and how we would do this and stuff like that. He doesn't know how to do any of that because Merlin never taught him. But he has to go to the city because he's going to go to a magic school. So I don't know why he's going to the magic school. He's already better than everybody there. Same situation as every Isekai series. He's kind of overpowered.
Got it.
But also the house he's living in looks like the house from Konosuba.
Oh, the mansion?
Yeah, the mansion. As soon as I saw it, I was like, that's from Konosuba. But the whole first episode, because there's only been one episode out so far, was him, well, basically them introducing him, showing what he can do as far as magic, coming of age, and then learning that he didn't learn anything common sense-wise, and is now going to have to go and live in a city where he's already beat up some thugs.
Of course. To establish himself.
And is already having his first awkward moment with a female.
Of course.
Because he saved 2 girls. The first one walked up to him and he's all like, "Are you okay?" Because, they were bothering them. And she's like, "Yeah, are you okay? The guy tried to attack you with a knife." And he's like, "It's no big deal." And then he sees the other girl and he just blurts out, "You are beyond cute." Like, what? And
he's raised by Merlin, right?
By Merlin, yeah. And you're thinking Fate Merlin. I can already tell.
Yeah, I'm getting triggered.
He's not like Fate Merlin. I'll tell you that. You won't get triggered watching him. I hope.
I'll probably get triggered.
But yeah, Merlin had all these people come in to teach him all these skills, but normal everyday things. He doesn't know normal everyday things.
And so we had a time skip, you said? So that's why now he's grown up?
Yeah, they showed him as a baby, and then they skipped ahead to where he was like 8 or 9.
Okay.
And then they skipped ahead to when he was 15.
Okay.
And now they're going to start focusing on here because he's going to go to that school. Apparently Merlin's friends with the king, so we got him in.
Of course. Is the king's name happen to be Arthur?
No, it's not Arthur. It's something else. The only one in here that seems to be from Arthurian legend is Merlin.
Okay.
And I don't even think it's the same Merlin because his last name's Walford.
Boo. Got me all excited. I was ready to hate the guy.
Nah, he's pretty cool. But yeah, there was only one episode out, and it was just an introductory episode, so it was still pretty funny, and the action that they had was pretty cool.
Nice.
Animation is pretty good. So I'm looking forward to see where this goes. I think the next episode comes out on Wednesday, so I'll be watching that alongside Shield Hero.
Okay.
What else comes out on Wednesday? I forget. But there's another series that comes out on Wednesday that I watch. Maybe it's Senko-san.
Senko-san is the kitsune?
Yeah, the fox.
Okay.
Which is what I'm going to talk about next, actually.
Okay.
So, I'm not really into lollies at all.
Okay.
Like, there are very few occasions where I'll be like, yeah, I kind of like the lolly character. Hestia is one of them. Seeing how they consider her a lolly.
Yeah.
I don't understand it, but they do. She's definitely the top lolly.
There's a hierarchy now of lilies.
And I guess Tatsumaki.
Okay.
She's at least, what, 28?
Yeah.
They gave her at least a reasonable age. Unlike some of these where they're like looking like they're 10 and they're like 600 years old. It's like, yeah, okay. I'm not buying it. Anyway, this one's called the Sewayaki Kitsune no Senko-san.
Mm-hmm.
I've read a little bit of the manga for this. Not too much, like maybe 6 chapters. But I think that was because it's all they had at the time.
Okay. So it's kind of more recent then.
Yeah, it's a more recent thing. I think I heard about it last year.
Okay.
Basically, it's just about this fox spirit god who was sent to Earth to take care of this dude.
Okay.
Named Nakano. He kind of overworks himself, and he's got like this black aura around him. You know, he's starting to hate life and stuff like that.
Foreboding. Yeah.
And it's basically just her pampering him.
Sounds like a good deal.
Cooks for him, lets him sleep on her lap, stuff like that. Lets him rub her tail. She's very she doesn't let him do that too often. In fact, she said he's limited to once a day. But it's cute. I like it. And like I said, I'm not really too big into the lolly characters, but I think everybody needs a Senko-san.
Yeah, definitely.
It's just, like I said, it's just a cute series. It's kind of funny too, and just an introductory episode right now, but
yeah,
it's pretty good.
I saw a couple of memes and fan arts and all that, and it sounds pretty interesting, honestly.
Yes.
Might be something that I'd be interested in, so.
Yeah, I saw the meme you posted about Elon Musk. He's going to skip the cat girls and just go straight to fox girls first. Or
Yeah.
something like that.
Yeah. Elon Senpai.
Yeah.
He knows what's up.
But yeah, art's pretty good. I don't know who's doing it, but you know, I never know what studio's doing what. I usually don't find out till after.
Yeah. It's one of those, oh, that's them kind of things.
Yeah. But it's pretty cool. And from what it looks like, there's going to be more characters introduced later on based off of the opening.
Okay.
So it's not just going to be about the two of them.
Okay.
That would get kind of boring pretty quick.
What kind of a harem show is this?
But yeah, I already know what to expect, so I'm already expecting to like it.
Nice.
Next, I'm going to go to Cinderella 9. I'm going to do this one last.
Okay.
I have not watched the second episode for this yet. I did not get the opportunity to do it yesterday, so I'll have to watch it today or tomorrow. But when I first talked about this, I thought it was about softball, like a softball team.
Okay.
But it turns out it's baseball. So, still the same thing. Girl baseball team, just not a girl softball team. Apparently they're at a school where not even the boys have a baseball team. So, which I don't know how that's possible in Japan.
Right.
They're pretty big on their baseball.
Equality.
Yeah. But we were basically just introduced to the main characters, who I don't even remember their names, and when I tried to look them up, I couldn't find them. Like, I went onto my anime list, because they usually have the names.
Yeah.
They didn't have anybody.
Wow.
I don't know what's going on with that. You're slacking on that, my anime list.
Yeah.
Get on it.
Get on it.
And the only reason I really checked this out is because the main character to this, it's based off a mobile game.
Oh.
The main character from the mobile game would make appearances on Kizuna Ai's channel to promote the game.
Okay. And
Kizuna was always trying to put her into situations where she'd get to look up her skirt. So I figure I might as well check it out because I kind of know who she is.
Right.
So far it's just okay. Like I said, it's only the first episode. I'll give it the 3-episode thing and see what happens. But for right now, it's just okay. She's just trying to get the baseball club put together, get members. You did post a meme to this with that girl saying that she's in the going home.
Going
club.
home club, yeah.
That was from this.
Oh, okay.
And right now it looks like she's going to have 2 potential members. One of them is super bad at sports, like she couldn't even throw the ball. She was doing the typical "I've never thrown a ball" thing before, where she goes like this and it just goes straight to the ground.
Yeah.
She was doing that. The other one played sports. She was in the basketball team in her previous school. But she got hang-ups about letting the team down, so she tries to avoid team sports. But it looks like she's going to join this. Obviously, it's because they focused on them the whole episode. So I'm pretty sure those 2 are going to join. And I haven't met any of the other characters because I did not get to watch episode 2 yet.
Interesting.
So once I do, and next time I'll have way more episodes to talk about because there'll be at least 4. So it'll be a lot longer next time I talk about it. But I don't know. The art style it's kind of throwing me off. I think it's because I'm used to seeing the 3D model.
Okay.
So I'm looking at her like she looks. What is the name of that show? This is my issue. I always have problems with names. Haganai?
Haganai, yeah.
Yeah, you remember Haganai?
Yes.
Do you remember how the manga art style looked compared to the anime?
A little bit, yeah.
It's kind of like the art style for Haganai in the anime.
Okay.
But with this one. And Haganai's anime art style I didn't like.
Mm-hmm.
I would have preferred they kept the manga art style.
Mm.
But I only... So kind of like this, I'm going off of the 3D model.
Yeah.
I'm like, if you would have kept it kind of like that, like her design, instead of making her look more cutesy, pretty kind of, I probably wouldn't be throwing me off so much. But I'll give it a shot.
Yeah.
I mean, right now, it's, again, just the first episode. And it was just kind of okay. We'll see if it picks up.
So, how do you enjoy the baseball aspect of it?
Well, so far they only had a small little match with some kids. But... Oh, you just got to Mama. Nice.
Don't let me throw you off. Continue. Keep going.
Uh,
I'm listening. I'm chiming in.
well, the baseball aspect of it, they didn't really go over any of the rules or nothing. The little kids were trying to help out the two that did not know how to know anything about baseball.
The little kids.
Yeah. They just had a small practice and then that little like exhibition match with the kids. But it seems okay so far. I mean, it looks like baseball.
That's always a good thing.
Yeah. So again, we'll see how it goes as the season progresses, but right now it's just okay. I know one guy was saying that I should check out a different baseball series instead of this one. There's another one that's out this season. I cannot remember the name of it. I'm trying to look for the comment for it. But let's see. Where are you? Was it this one? It was this one, I think. Diamond No Ace.
Mm-hmm.
But he says it's on season 3. So I'm like, I'm not going to pick up a season 3 if I haven't even seen 1 and 2.
And how many episodes per season? 12 or 24 for the Diamond No Ace?
I think he said... I think I saw 52... well, right now there's 52 episodes.
Oh, wow.
Or, wait a second, he says, only one I'm excited for is Diamond No Ace Season 3, 52 episodes by Madhouse, airing tomorrow. So I guess Season 3 is going to be 52 episodes.
Wow.
So, yeah, I'm going to hold off on that until I watch Season 1 and 2. The guy hasn't let me down yet with recommendations, so I trust him.
Okay.
So, I mean, he recommended Ping Pong the animation, and the art style looks really bad in that, but it's a really good anime. Monster, he recommended. That was really good. I haven't finished it yet, but it's really good. So, I trust the guy. I'll go with his recommendations. Okay, my final one that I picked up this season, which I actually started late because I couldn't find it.
Okay.
It's a Netflix series, so I didn't know that. It's called Carol and Tuesday.
Carol on Tuesday?
Carol and Tuesday.
Carol and Tuesday. Okay.
Yeah. This is going to be the music anime for the season. Basically, you're introduced to the two main characters, Carol and Tuesday.
Okay.
Tuesday is a rich girl, and she runs away from home because her family won't let her get into music. She actually wants to get serious about doing music, but her family's not into it. They want her to, I guess, to follow whatever they're doing. You know, I guess they were in like some kind of business. I should also mention this takes place on Mars, I should say.
I was about to say the Tuesday reference.
Yeah. And she goes to the big city in Mars because that's where everybody goes, apparently, when you want to try to make it big.
Correct.
She does what the old hobos used to do and get on a train with a bunch of goats and just heads down to the city where she gets her luggage stolen.
Wow. Brutal.
And then you're introduced to Carol, living on her own, works a bunch of part-time jobs. Actually got fired from her job in this episode. And then goes on to one of the bridges and just starts playing her keyboard. That's where she meets Tuesday, who's kind of like, maybe I shouldn't have run away at this point, because she's only been there for a couple hours and her luggage was stolen. She has nowhere to go. She has no money. So now she's questioning her decision until she meets Carol, and they become quick friends. Because Tuesday plays the acoustic guitar.
Okay.
Not even electric, she plays acoustic. Which is pretty cool. And then they get chased off of the bridge by some cops. Because apparently you're not supposed to busk on the bridge. Tuesday's family is looking for her because, she ran away. But the mom doesn't really seem to care.
Okay.
She's read the note that she left, and she's like, I'll leave this to you. You go deal with it. I'm going back to work. And the guy's like, all right, whatever. I do like how Tuesday was inspired by Cyndi Lauper to actually pursue her music career.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. In fact, the first episode is actually called True Colors.
Interesting.
Yeah. They don't actually say the title of the song in the episode, but she does reference it once. And she does talk about Cyndi Lauper a lot. So, I did like that, because, from the 80s. And I was born in the 80s. So,
yeah, we're 80s children.
Yep. So I gotta show some love for my 80s artists. Cyndi Lauper definitely deserves it.
Yeah. And it's such a particular artist, too. It's all like, these kids, how many of them actually know about Cyndi Lauper?
Yeah.
Do they know that she banged?
I think she might, yeah.
Do they know that girls just want to have fun?
Well, I'm sure everybody knows that.
Interesting. Carol and Tuesday.
Another one was really amazing art and animation.
That's why it's not on Crunchyroll.
A lot of those going on this season. Yeah. But maybe that is why it's not on Crunchyroll. But Netflix has it. I did not know that when I was first looking for it. Plus, when I was searching for it, it actually has the symbol.
Okay.
I was spelling out and.
Oh, ampersand, okay.
Yeah, instead of ampersand. So, I was not getting the right translations.
Got it.
In fact, the people that were doing it were like, translations are bad.
Yeah.
So, enjoy at your own risk. And I was like, I'll just wait for a better version. And then it never came, and I was like, well, okay. Am I going to have to download the bad version? And I was like, well, let me try something. Put that in there. And then the good one came up. And I was like, it was released a day after it was aired.
Disaster averted.
Yeah. Because I had a comment, someone saying, you need to check out Carol and Tuesday. And I was like, I will when I can find a good copy. If I would have known the good copy came out like a day after it aired, I would have already done it. But I really like it so far. The episode actually went by really fast. So, to me, that's usually a good sign that it's going to be enjoyable. Because, if it went by really fast, then, it's like if you watch a 2-hour movie and it only feels like an hour movie. Like, it's pretty good. Didn't bore me, didn't do anything like that. So, I can already tell I'm going to like it.
It's a good recommendation.
Yeah. So, yeah. I'll watch the next one this week on time. I'm not going to wait till Saturday to do it. And, they actually have an Instagram account, too.
Really?
Yeah. Like, in the episode, they actually said, I just opened an Instagram account. Oh. And then, someone in the comments of the video was like, that Instagram account is real, actually. And gave me a link.
Wow.
So, we're following them now. So...
So I'm actually pulling it up on Netflix right now. So yeah, no, continue, keep going.
So yeah, I think it's really good, but I've so far enjoyed all of my music anime. I don't think there's been any that I've should be on there. I don't see it. Pretty positive they said it was going to be Netflix.
Well, Netflix also likes to wait until they're all out.
Oh, that's right.
So it could just be not be here yet.
Okay. Yeah, you might have to wait on that one then.
Okay. Yeah.
Looks like it. But like I said, I've been enjoying all of my music anime so far. Bang Dream, Piano no Mori, this one. So far, none of them have let me down, so I'm expecting good things from this.
Cool.
But that's all I got for all the anime I picked up this season.
Cool. Well, you gave me some homework, so thank you.
Yeah.
Like I said, I rely on suggestions. So next podcast, I guess I'll have some more things to talk about.
I'm actually surprised I got you to be like, oh, maybe I'll check that one out, because I'm usually pretty bad at describing.
Yeah. Like I said, it helps that it's some of the ones that I noticed on Crunchyroll, and then when you kind of explained it to me about what's going on, now it's kind of like, oh, okay, now I get it. It makes more sense.
Yeah.
So that's good. That'll work. So, but yeah, next podcast, we'll be more up on it.
Mm-hmm.
Be ready.
Be on that one. So I think the only other anime news kind of thing I would have would be that they're doing the final 2 Kenshin movies.
Oh, yeah.
I still need to watch the other 2. I watched
Same.
the first one, but I still need to watch the other 2.
Same.
I really liked the first one. I saw that at Fanime one year.
Mm-hmm.
And then I never went back to Fanime after that.
It was so good, you never came back.
Not by choice, but, things happen. Can't go. Trying to get into the swap meet this year, so I could sell some of that stuff I have.
Got it.
But yeah, I hear they're all really good.
Yeah.
So I don't. Is this going to be based off of the final arc?
So the first movie was Jine, and it kind of had, like Saito showed up in the very first movie, even though Saito wasn't in there in the manga or the anime.
Right.
But it was like, whatever. And so then after they did the Jine story in the very first movie, then the 2 movies was the Kyoto arc, which was the major, mega, big arc of Kenshin. That was like the story that everything built up for, and then everything afterwards is just kind of like following. It's like the aftermath.
Yeah.
So the next movie that's coming out will actually be the Kyoto OVAs. So I think there was like called Remembrance or whatever.
Oh.
It was basically Kenshin and Tomoe. And how like Kenshin got his scar and everything like that. And when Kenshin was still Hitokiri. When he was still, killing fools and in the middle of the war. That's what this is going to be. It's going to be a live action movie of those OVAs.
Okay. So they're doing
And then that's the first movie. And then the second movie is going to be Inishi. And Inishi, spoilers, 20-year-old spoilers, almost 30 actually, damn. Inishi is the younger brother of Tomoe, who he saw Kenshin murder Tomoe. Well, not kind of murder, kind of kill. And then he creates a sword style whose sole purpose is to just counter Kenshin style. And so, a lot of like Kenshin nerds are all like trying to be like, oh, Inishi's not that strong and all that. He would get destroyed by Shishio because, Shishio is a Hitokiri himself. But, Inishi's sole purpose is just to counter Kenshin style. But his motivation is revenge for his sister, who Kenshin killed. And if you follow the story even further than that, it started with Kenshin killing Tomoe's fiancée, and then stuff happens between them, and stuff, and more stuff, and Ishii, and then here we are. And so, after the Shishio arc, Inishi shows up, and Inishi basically runs for the rest of the series. Because Inishi shows up, and Kenshin goes into a flashback arc, because it's still Shonen Jump. Yeah. So you need a flashback arc. And then, that's what they animated into the 4 OVAs of Kenshin. That were all more like violent and him killing everybody and whatnot. Some of the best moments in anime, quite honestly. Definitely something stuck with me forever. And so now they're going to basically turn that into a live action movie. So I'm going to probably wager that if you're squeamish, this one might not be for you. Because this is the one where bodies will drop. He was called the Hitokiri Batosai for a reason. Yeah. And this movie, if you're unfamiliar with, I would still actually say go watch those OVAs before you watch this movie. They're great. They are. Yeah. They are. They're fantastic.
They got my stamp of approval. Yeah. Which doesn't mean much.
Yeah. But yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
So that's what's going to be, and I'm excited. I'm definitely excited, and I'm with you too. I got to go get caught up on the live action movies to be ready for this. So, yeah.
And to be honest, I never watched the final arc. of Kenshin.
So when it came to the original 90s TV series, it diverged from the manga. They did like 2 or 3 more story arcs that were unique to the anime, and I believe that's because I think it was one of those where they were catching up to the manga, and then the manga was just, doing its thing, and they were like, well, we don't know how this is going to end or whatnot. We're just going to make up our own things. Yeah. And so they just made their own until the TV series ended. And meanwhile, the manga kept plugging away, and then they came around and they did those OVAs, and it was also the OVAs were done in completely different style, different studio and everything.
Yeah.
But that was it. The TV series went on its own direction. But in 2000s, in like 2001, they actually animated the Inishi arc with the same studio that did the OVAs, the Kenshin OVAs, the 4 OVAs.
Yeah.
But that one didn't have anything. It didn't follow the manga. Oh. It was a sequel to the 4 OVAs, but it was kind of like
their own version of it.
Yeah, it was like Kenshin and Kaoru's child was already born, and he was already being trained by Mr. Hiko-san, who was Kenshin's master. He's the one who taught him all of the swordsmanship.
Yeah.
And Kenji, he didn't like his dad because he's like, oh, my dad's a coward and all that. Way different, because we didn't get any of that in the manga. In the manga, we just saw Kenji, and we knew nothing about his swordsmanship. But in these OVAs, Kenji's already learning and all that. And so but then Inishi shows up in the first OVA. Inishi just kidnaps Kaoru, and then in the second one, it's like, bam, they're already fighting. And in the manga, there was a huge, elaborate thing, like Inishi had his own squad. And Inishi, after Kyoto and his sister died, he ran away and actually started living with smugglers and drug traders. And that's how he survived while he was making his swordsman style. So he became this giant criminal gangster, basically, and that's how he survived.
Yeah.
And when he was a child, too, he actually survived by eating corpses and mud. And it was really fucked up.
Wow.
And it's like, yeah, it's not... Inishi is not someone that people talk about. I think I have my Inishi somewhere in there, too. But, yeah, he...
Figure of him?
Yeah, it's a little figure, too. Because, so... It's... Oh, man, I can rant for days on it. But, yeah, it wasn't pretty. It wasn't fancy. And it kind of throws off the whole... the romanticization of the Kenshin everything because of the way Inishi is depicted and how, what he did and what he went through and everything. But yeah, it's going to be hardcore. And yeah.
Okay, well, definitely have to watch the other 2 movies then so I can watch these.
Yeah. I'm looking forward to it. Again, that's where my namesake comes from. Sanosuke comes from Sanosuke Sagara, from Rurouni Kenshin. That's how much of an impact Kenshin has had on me in terms of my weeb life. So, yeah, it has a special place in my heart. So,
yeah. So, be looking forward to those.
Definitely.
Don't really want to just get into the video game. I know you don't have a whole lot.
Yeah, I don't have a whole lot, but yeah, we'll do it.
Let's see, I guess we'll just talk about the gotcha guy.
Okay, yeah. So apparently there's some gotcha drama going on.
Yeah, there was an article about some... Oh, God, how much did he spend?
It was like $10,000 or something, I think.
Let me see. Here it is. He had spent over 200,000 yen on a gotcha game and sent Square Enix death threats because he did not get any of the characters he wanted. Yeah, that guy was arrested, but
yeah.
he threatened to kill them the next day, and apparently he showed up. Like, do you think they're not going to have security come and get you? What were you planning to do? But let's see. Spent over 200,000 yen on the game. It adds up to about $1,800. That's a lot of money, but wow. Why are you even spending $1,800? on a gacha game. I was upset at myself for spending 100 on Bank Dream.
I'm trying to just. Give me a sec. Let me put my thoughts together.
And, I mean, was this all of his money? It doesn't even say it was all of his money. It just said that he spent over that much. So maybe just throughout his time playing it, he added up how much he spent and didn't get the characters he wanted.
And this was Japan.
Yeah.
And so it's funny that I was telling Roman about this too, that in America, we had someone on Twitter saying that they're going to report fake grand order to the Federal Trade Commission, the FTC, for lying. And it's like, but they're not lying. The 1% drop rate is admitted right there in the small print. They're not hiding it.
No.
They're not hiding the 1% drop rate. The fact that you can't get it on 1% is not their fault. They're telling you it's a 1%, and you know, look at the numbers. 1% is 1%. So, oh man, some people just weren't cut out for gotcha.
Yeah, and I don't know what game this is because it doesn't actually say what game he was playing. Just that it was a Square Enix game.
Okay.
And they show Frog here from I think
yeah, that's Chrono Trigger.
Chrono Trigger.
Yeah,
but I don't think they have a gotcha game for that. So they just threw out a Square Enix character just to throw out a Square Enix character.
Should have just used Cloud like everybody else.
But I do like that they picked a character that was drawn by Akira Toriyama. So,
Nah, man, the only Square Akira Toriyama game I recognize is Tobal.
Tobal, that's a throwback.
That's what I do.
Not even Dragon Quest?
Okay, and Dragon Quest.
Because he did that too.
That's more modern.
True.
But yeah.
Okay. But yeah, they don't say what game it was. I don't know what gotcha game Square Enix has.
They got a couple. They have like two different Final Fantasy ones because it was like Brave Exvius, and then there's Theatrhythm, and they have Valkyrie Profile.
Okay. There's a few.
Yeah, there's a few. Sinnoh Alice.
Okay.
Yeah, so they do have a couple.
Okay. Maybe this was throughout all of them?
Maybe. Could be.
Because, again, it doesn't say a specific game. Just said he spent over $1,800 on the gacha and didn't get any characters that he wanted.
Oof.
Which I can understand that.
Yeah, man. We all know the gacha salt.
Yeah. But don't be sending the company, death threats.
Yeah, no, that's not gonna...
It's not their fault you spent $1,800. You should have knew when to quit.
Yeah, that's not on them. That's on you, homie.
Uh-huh.
And I mean, my heart goes out to you because, like I said, I know the pains, bro. But still, they didn't do anything. They made a game. They told you what you were getting into, and you did it. And that's that is as far as their involvement goes.
Yeah. So yeah, I mean, at least the guy was arrested.
Yeah.
Before he could actually do what he said he was going to do.
Before he could hurt someone or hurt himself. So.
Yeah.
And hopefully they take his phone away in jail.
Yeah.
So, or wherever he ends up, psychiatric ward, or wherever he ends up.
No games for you. No phone. No nothing. No gotcha.
He's gonna have to play offline games from now on.
he'll make up his own gotcha.
Yeah. Probably better drop rates.
Yeah. Like the 5-star is going to have a 20% drop rate.
Yeah.
No, did any characters in that have a 20% drop rate in any gotcha?
I don't think so.
Other than like the really low.
Yeah.
No. Yeah. They don't want you to get those. That's why they want you to spend your money.
Yeah.
I somehow get lucky and get 5-star characters every once in a while when I just like, let me try. Like I did that with Shiki.
Nice.
In FGO.
Nice.
Like, me and Laura were talking about it, and I went on there and was like, I got 30, let me try. And I got her, so, like, nice. But, yeah, Bang Dream I have way less luck. I tried, like I said, I spent $100 one day. And I did not get any of them that I wanted. Any of the, like, event characters or anything.
Ouch.
So, I get what you're coming from, but don't try to kill somebody. It's not worth it.
No, it's not.
But But that's pretty much all the video game news we got.
I know, it's been pretty light on the video game. You know what? Because, and I'm going to end on this note, too. I think it's because they're waiting until E3. I believe E3 is in about a month.
Usually in the summer. May, I think.
Yeah. So I know it's always before Fanime.
Yeah.
So so in about a month, there's 3 weeks to a month, E3 is dropping. So I think everyone is just holding off.
Right.
So
probably expect a lot of video game talk when that happens.
Yeah, for sure.
Because we'll have an E3 coverage type of thing
For
sure. Yeah, I mean, that's pretty much all we got for video game news.
Okay. I mean, all I got, it's just my fake corner.
And I just got my Bang Dream stuff.
All right. Bang Dream, go.
All right. Since mine won't take nearly as long. I mean, I don't know how much you have to talk about for Fate this time. But you usually have quite a bit.
Yeah, I only got a couple things I want to touch on, and some are just recaps, so I don't have a whole lot.
All right. Okay, so as you all know, I play the Bang Dream Girls Band Party game. I talk about it every week, or every other week when we do this. We just had our current event end. It's probably going to end tonight sometime, or tomorrow morning. It's called Blossoming in Largo. It was a versus live event, which is when you are put with other players. You get to use your whole band. Usually you only get one character, and they mix them all together to make one band for all the online players. But in this one, you get to use your whole band, and you're like competing to see who gets the higher score. And whoever gets the higher score in this gets more points towards the event items and stuff like that. I usually get 4th or 5th. Sometimes I'll get lucky and I'll get a bad team and I'll be first. But usually I'm in the low end, which makes me kind of angry because I get I got a good team, I think. They're all 4 stars. But I guess they're not built up enough. Anyway, the event on this one was mainly focused on Rinko. She's the keyboardist for Rosalia, the metal band. Goth metal, I would say. She's very timid and shy and doesn't really do well in crowds, but for some reason is really good with the band. I think it's because she's with the band and is not alone. But she wants to try to change a bit. She wants to get out of that shell and actually start talking with people and being less shy. So her friend Akko, who is the drummer for Rosalia, told her maybe you should try a club. Which she was also kind of about. But ends up trying it out. Her and the guitar player for Rosalia, Sayo, she goes with her to kind of keep her company and make sure that she doesn't run off. They check out 4 clubs. Tea Ceremony, which seemed okay at first. It looked like she might join that one because it doesn't involve a whole lot of people and you're just kind of sitting there drinking tea.
It's not a bad deal.
But then some of the members kept pressuring her to join, and she was like, "No, I'm out of here," and she ran out of the room. They tried the tennis club. They tried kendo. The keyboardist for Pastel Palettes is actually a part of the kendo club.
Oh, okay.
She's very big into Bushido. So, yeah. I forget where she's from. Sweden or something like that? She's one of the European countries. But she loves Bushido and models her life around it. So she had to join kendo. She was also in the tea ceremony club. That got Rinko kind of excited. Cheering for Eve during her match in the club. And then she tried out archery. She had the most fun in archery, but ultimately she decided not to join a club. However, she did open up a little bit because she's going to join a piano competition.
Okay.
which she would never do if before this.
Mm-hmm.
It would never even cross her mind to join a piano competition, but now she's going to join one. So she's getting there.
Yeah.
And actually, in the second season, she's the student council president. So she's opening up, getting better. So the story was pretty cool. I like learning more about the characters. So, seeing them progress, get character development, stuff like that. And you get a lot of that in the game.
I was going to say, you wouldn't really think about it in a game like this, but it sounds like they're really putting in some value, some projection value.
Yeah, the event stories they're usually like 7 chapters. They're pretty short, but they're usually focused on 1 or 2 characters and show how they develop.
Got it.
And I like Rinko. She's kind of like how I was in high school. I was pretty shy in high school, so I didn't like talking to a lot of people. I had my group of friends. You were part of it.
Yeah.
So you know how it was.
Yeah, I remember.
And even then, I was still really quiet when I was hanging around everybody.
Yeah.
I didn't talk too much. So I'm kind of rooting for her, to break out of her shell and start talking to more people and not just focus on Akko when playing their video game. They play an online game where she can type. She knows how to type to people, but actually talking to them, she's not good at it.
Got it.
Let's see. We had a few new cards come in this time. For the actual event, ones that you can get for like score,
Okay.
you got a 2-star Cannon, which is from Hello Happy World. She's their drummer. She was also in the Tea Ceremony Club. And a 3-star Misaki, who was the member of the tennis club.
Okay.
You got the Cannon at 15,000 points and the Misaki at 75,000 points. So you had to play for a little bit in order to get them. But if you can do it in like one day, it's pretty easy. If you got like the boosts to build up your energy again. And as far as the gacha, they had 2 4-stars, a 4-star Rinko and a 4-star Sayo and a 3-star, I think it was an Eve, a 3-star Eve. I wrote down Misaki, but I think it was an Eve. Because she was actually a big part of the event, since she was in 2 of the clubs, and she was rooting for Rinko pretty much the entire time. Because she wants to help her.
Yeah.
And then we're going to get into our next event in like a couple of days. Because, like I said, they do it every week. They give you a couple-day break, and then they start right into the next one.
Brutal.
And the next one is actually focused on Eve. Called Unwavering Will Blazing Bushido.
That's the most Japanese title. But okay.
This is a challenge live event. I actually looked all this up. So, like I said, I feel like I need to talk more about these events because I usually just go very little into it. The challenge live event is they usually choose 3 songs for you to play. You have to build up points in order to play them, though. Like get like the higher score.
Yep.
2 of them are usually songs that are already in the game, and one of them is a new song. So this one's, I said it's mainly focused on Eve, but it's all of pastel palettes. So it's pastel palette songs that they're going to have in the challenge live. I don't know which ones because they were in Japanese. I can't read Japanese. You're going to need cool type characters in this. They have different attributes.
Got it.
Powerful, pure, cool, and happy, I think.
What type is Ran?
Ran?
Is she a pure type?
They have different ones, but she's, I think, mainly powerful.
Okay.
Because
Hentai Haven Chan should not be pure. Giggity. Not gonna let that joke go.
Well, it's an easy one to go with. And she does look a lot like. Well, I mean, they just took Ran and made her Hentai Haven Chan, so I was like, man, I didn't know at first. Like when I first saw it, I was like, oh, they made a mascot, and then I saw someone post something about how it wasn't who you thought it was, and I was like, oh, well, I've never seen that, so I don't really care. And then I watched Bang Dream and got into the game, and I was like, this is who they were talking about. You guys suck.
Yeah, the internet is awful. They claim another one.
But yeah, you're going to need cool types. Every event has an attribute that you need for a higher score.
Mm-hmm.
In this, it's cool type. And they have different boosts to boost up the score you can get. And if you have Pastel Palette members in your band, that's also going to boost up your score by 10% for each character. So you can have up to 50% if you have 5 pure type Pastel Palette characters. Let me see. For the event, you're going to get a 3-star Aya, who's the lead singer for Pastel Palettes, and a 2-star Chisato. She's the bassist.
Yes.
She's also a child star, so she does acting and stuff like that as well. And during the gacha, which is actually called the Hazy Samurai Heart Gacha, you're going to get a 4-star Eve, a 4-star Maya, and a 3-star Hina.
Okay.
So it's all focused on pastel palettes, but mainly Eve, as you can tell from the Bushido aspect of it. And she loves Bushido. Again, she models her life after it. And even went to Japan because of it.
Soul of the Samurai.
Yeah. I don't know what the event, like the actual story is going to be, because I'll find out in a few days. But I won't be able to talk about it next time, because it'll be over by then.
Just give a recap.
Yeah, I'll give a recap about it.
Cool.
But that's all I got for the Bang Dream. They didn't get any new cover songs, so can't really go into that. The last one they brought in was a Fantastic Dreamer from Konosuba.
That's the opening?
That's the opening.
The season 2 opening?
Yeah.
Okay.
They
Nice.
did that one.
Nice.
Hello Happy World does that.
Nice.
Actually works pretty well. So, yeah. I'll let you all know what happens next time. You know, if they add in any new cover songs.
Sure.
What the next event's going to be like. How I enjoyed the last one. I'll
Keep
get
us-
more in depth with the Bang Dream aspect of this.
And keep us up to date with what Bran is doing.
I will. Oh, I know in the Japanese version she just got glasses.
Oh, damn.
I actually posted an image.
Megane Hentai Haven-chan.
I did post an image of it on the page. Let me see. Pull it up right here. This is fan art, but
Megane.
it's same thing basically.
That's not bad.
Yeah.
That's not bad at all. Her uniform, though, looks like the Love Live rivals from season 1.
Oh, does it?
Well, from Vanilla. It was season 2 of Vanilla Love Live. So the first girls. But yeah, that's like their uniform. But yeah, anyway.
I did
Yeah.
find out though that Bushi Road
Yeah.
does the game for Love Live.
I'm not surprised.
I didn't really like the Love Live game, so it was.
I know some people addicted. Well, I don't know if they are now, but they used to.
They
be.
used to be.
Yeah.
I tried it out. It was not your typical rhythm game, so I was just like, I don't know. Bang Dream was more like Rock Band, which is how I got more into it.
Fair.
So, yeah. That's all I got. Oh yeah, these are the Rosalia.
I was gonna say, okay.
Rosalia members.
Those are the ones that they modeled on that fan art with Fate Grand Order, right? It was Rosalia.
Yeah,
Nice. I get the gothic vibe.
from the outfits.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's Rinko right there in the top.
Nice.
Akko, her friend. Sayo, the one that was with her. Lisa, and Yukina is the lead singer.
Nice.
So, lead singer, bassist, guitarist, drummer, keyboardist.
Nice.
Yeah. It's my favorite band. That's why they're on my phone.
Good choice. Good. They have good designs too.
Yeah. All right, so get into Fate, I guess.
Okay. Well, if
I'll
that's...
actually be able to contribute with this because I've been playing.
Yeah, no, well, like I said, I don't know who exactly, as always, is our Fate gang. So for those that are not Fate gang, we will call it here. Once again, thank you for hanging out with us, listening to us rant and rave. And as always, feel free to comment. We always read them. We like to acknowledge you guys and give feedback as well.
Yep.
You guys, like I said, with the season of disappointment, that's kind of what I codenamed it. That's the kind of stuff that I like because it's something that if I didn't know about, I wouldn't have noticed. Same thing with anime recommendations and whatnot. If no one tells me, I don't go out of my way to find these things. If I don't stumble on it or someone brings it to my attention, I just don't know about it. So I appreciate it. I appreciate you guys mentioning all that. And likewise on the page, too, since I've started posting on it, I see you guys with your reactions and whatnot. So if you guys like that stuff, I can definitely get more going on. If you guys want to, comment away and all that, feel free. Most of the stuff that I do is just, again, based off my personal experiences and whatnot. And so it's just me sharing with you guys. But I want to hear from you guys too. I appreciate the reactions, but I want to know what's on your mind too.
Yeah.
So,
get some comments.
Yeah, absolutely. And we're still doing the subscriptions. It's the 6,000?
Ah, yes.
Yes.
I was like, what are you talking about? So we're still trying to get to 6,000 subs.
Still on the road to 6,000. And I will tell you what, too. I'm going to up the ante. So I'll do 6,000 for YouTube, and let's say 500 likes on the page. If the Facebook page can get 500 likes, I'll do another giveaway.
Okay.
So 500, so that'll be 2 giveaways. 500 for the Facebook page, and 6,000 YouTube subscribers do a giveaway.
Okay.
So
how many likes do we have on the Facebook page?
I think 230, I think. 240?
Where does it say, actually? Oh, there it is. 238 people.
238. All right, yeah, so if we double that, so 500. 500, do a giveaway.
Yep, and 6,000 for the YouTube.
6,000 for the YouTube, so that's 2 opportunities. So let's make it happen. So once again, thanks for hanging out. You guys have a wonderful night. Keep it coming with the suggestions. Keep it coming with the comments. Love hearing from you guys. Thank you for hanging out. Thank you for supporting everything.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, and for the rest of you guys, we're going to go into Fate. So let's go. Let's get them. Okay. So, give me a second. I'm just compiling my notes here.
Yep.
So I apologize for the silence, guys. Okay, so, once again, my Fate news is honestly nothing that's groundbreaking or earth-shattering. Both versions of the game are kind of in a hiatus right now. In the USA version, we're just waiting for the CCC event to begin. Honestly, I thought it was going to begin this week. It might not even begin until next week because it originally, when they did it in Japan, they did it at the beginning of May, like literally May 1st, and then it ran for almost like 3 weeks. Like I think it ended on like May 25th. So it's going to be a long one. It's arguably the biggest event for FGO this year. Like last year's biggest event was obviously the build-up to Solomon and then New Year's and all that. Mm-hmm. And that was pretty much, it almost was like non-stop from like October till the end of the year. But for us this year, CCC is probably the big one. We are going to have other little events and new story chapters coming out as well. But the CCC event for 3 weeks is probably the biggest event you'll see. The summer event might be pretty long too, but that's because it's 2 events back to back. The CCC event is 1 event at once. It's just one. And then kind of like what Roman was mentioning, I was rolling while Roman was talking about anime, and I pulled Tamamo. So maybe Roman is my good luck charm. Or maybe I should just keep rolling only on live streams.
Maybe.
When we do podcasts, it's the only time I'm going to roll. And so the joke is that in kayfabe, I don't like Tamamo because I'm a Nero guy, and Nero and Tamamo are rivals in Extra. Because hey, Fate Extra, CCC, ha ha ha. So yeah, Tamamo and Nero are positioned as rivals, but in terms of gameplay, Tamamo actually supports Nero, so it's kind of like it's kind of funny, They're rivals for Master / Hakuno's affections in the lore and in Fate Extra, but in terms of FGO gameplay, yeah, Tamamo actually supports and keeps Nero alive, and Nero does, buku amounts of damage thanks to Tamamo's support. So it's kind of wild. It's kind of crazy, but and the other thing too, it's Chiwasato, so I like Chiwasato, and I never really had anything against Tamamo. I actually did start a Tamamo playthrough on Fate Extra back in the day, but I didn't ever finish. But I have nothing really against the Fox Witch. It's just by kayfabe, I just can't like her because I'm Team Nero. So, but I did want to get a Tamamo because I did want to get a support. I did want her as support. I also didn't want to roll Gawain because again, Fate Extra drama. I have my grudge still, and Gawain is in the summoning pool, but there is a new crystallized lore in the shop, so I figured even if I rolled Gawain, I would just burn him and take the lore to buy take the prism to buy the lore in the shop. So I was like, it's a win-win. So I ended up getting Tamamo and no Gawain, so now I have nothing to burn, so I don't know how to get the item out of the shop, and I got 30 days to figure it out.
I got you a figure.
What's up?
I'll get you a figure.
Give me a Gawain figure. They did. They got me a Gawain keychain for Christmas, and I gave it away. Because my neighbor is actually Gawain. She likes Gawain, I think, because she likes to spite me. So I gave her all my Gawain crap. So if you give me anything Gawain, I'm just going to give it to her. She's, she also likes the whole round table, too. So I don't know.
Well, I know they have one on Toriba, so...
Hey, if you give me Gawain, I'm just going to give it away. I got Gawain actually in Japanese in the JP because last month JP server did a rerun of the CCC event, and so he was in the summoning pool, and I actually rolled him on my JP account, and I burned him.
You used him for an enhancement?
Oh yeah, I burned him, and I took the prisms. So I was like, "Nah, jackass, fuck out of here."
I haven't seen Fate Extra, so I don't know what's so bad about him yet.
He's just a jackass.
Yeah,
he's just a big giant jackass and a major tool. And he's super fucking cocky. And so, I'm not going to really go into it because we're going to be here for another half hour. If I have to break down Fate Extra lore. But just know that, for me personally, he's a jackass and he's a douche. And I don't like him and he's a dickhead. And he's a tool. And he just rubs me the wrong way. So I just don't like him. Okay. And he insulted Nero. So...
Oh, did he?
Yeah, he actually, depending on who you're playing as, he uses a different insult. So he just likes talking shit. But he wasn't talking shit when I melted his fucking face. So, yeah, I cussed. That's right. But, yeah.
Okay.
So the CCC event is going. And in the meantime, the banner, the pre-banner is going on. So if you guys have rolled or are rolling or will roll, I wish you the best of luck. And then I'm looking forward to when the event actually kicks off. That'll be a more interesting podcast. Because Extra in general is a trip. So, I'm looking forward to being able to understand the story. Yeah, and like I said, there's two camps of people. People that think BB is adorable and people that see BB and want to punch her in the face. So I will... Let me know in the comments what camp you are. Let me know if you guys are pro-BB or anti-BB. And I know that there's some guys in the Discord too, so if you guys are hearing this in the Discord, I want to know who's pro-BB and who's anti-BB. So...
Well, hopefully I can get past all of the singularities so I can...
Man, yeah, you gotta go, man. You got tons and tons of homework.
I do.
So let me know if you need anything.
I just got back into the game, so...
Yeah, man.
After not beating the first singularity, I got to the third in like a week and a half.
Well, and the next one I believe is London. London is more or less the same as Okeanos, the third singularity. So it's not super hard, but you will start seeing the enemies kind of give you a little bit more trouble.
Okay.
So yeah, and then in the fifth one with America, you're going to notice a bit more of a
jump.
upward climb, and then Camelot is really where it's like that's the breaking point right there. Camelot is where we separate the children from the adults.
Okay.
Because that's where you're going to start seeing gimmicks, and yeah. Which is funny because I did want to touch upon the Camelot OVA, so...
Yeah.
But we'll get there in just a moment. On the JP side, they are doing the Gouda Gouda 3 rerun, which I'm also head deep in. I was doing it a little bit earlier today while I was watching some anime for this podcast. I want my Ryoma Sakamoto. So I discovered a couple months ago, like a month or two ago, that Oryu is voiced by Hori Yui. And so I wish I would have known this a year ago, because it was during the Gura Gura 3 when it debuted, was when I made my JP account, but I wasn't active on it. I honestly just made it because I wanted to see if I could roll Okita Alter. That didn't happen, but I just kept the account anyways, and I just kind of, did my login bonuses, and, I just kind of dicked around with it. But now I just, it's still my dicking around account. I don't take my JP account seriously at all, but I do have some decent people in there, and so I, take it semi-seriously. But I do want my Ryoma Sakamoto this time, so I'm not going to pass him up. I think he's pretty cool, I didn't really think he was that cool last time, but in a nutshell, Ryoma Sakamoto is the commander of the Hitokiris.
Okay.
So he was actually there during the Meiji Revolution and all that. And so, but Kenshin, even though Kenshin was fake, Kenshin would have reported to Ryoma Sakamoto. He was the guy who led all of these assassins, doing assassinations and assassin things. He was the head man.
So I'm assuming he's going to be an assassin?
No, he's actually a writer.
Oh, really? Okay.
So, because he rides his wife, and his wife is a dragon.
Oh.
Get it?
Okay, so like Donkey.
Yes. So, but his wife is Oryu is pretty funny the way they depicted her, because she's kind of like low energy and kind of like yay, 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 kind of like that. And so she's very, very mellow and all of that, but the way that she shows her affection for Ryoma, and all the fan arts just always depict her as, just all on him. It's pretty adorable. And that's kind of where I became a fan. Also, the other Gura Guras, well, in particular, the first Gura Gura was absolutely ridiculous. The second Gura Gura, which just ended like 2 weeks ago, was kind of ridiculous too, but then it got really serious. And this third one is pretty serious from what I'm gathering. It's super serial, and it's funny because the Gura Gura storylines were always supposed to be comedy.
Right. It
was always supposed to be like shenanigans and antics. Like Majin Okita was created through Saiyan fusion. Like Nobunaga and Okita did a fusion dance, and out came Majin Saber, which is now Okita Alter. And now it's like Okita Alter is like questioning her existence and what is she here for, and it's like, I don't know, man. I'm looking forward to next year when we get it in fully translated, so I know what the hell is going on. But man, it's kind of like, what happened? And yet it also kind of like loses some of its weight when we still have the Nobu army, all those little chibi Nobus and stuff, and it's like, y'all are trying to be serious, but your minions are going, no. It's like, I don't know, but I want to know the story.
I was going to send you images, like, what the heck is this? What those Nobus?
So, in the story, they are splinters of Nobunaga's personality,
right,
but they're kind of like warped because of the, I forgot what it's called. It's not the Holy Grail. It's like the Japanese Revolutionary War equivalent of the Holy Grail. It's actually called like Meiji Grail or Imperial. I think Imperial Grail.
Okay.
It's not the Holy Grail. It's the Imperial Grail, because this is the Grail that takes place. I don't know. It's even changing. This one right now is taking place in 1945.
Okay.
So yeah, it's taking place in 1945. I think Japan. So, like I said, this event is really elaborate for what it is, and I'm not used to it in terms of Gura Gura.
Right.
Gura Gura was in the past just supposed to be like having fun and dicking around, and now they want to make it super serial, and it's like,
why?
Alrighty then, let's go. So, but like I said, the characters are good. I do like Ryoma Sakamoto. I became a fan of him over the year, and Oryu. If I would have known Oryu was this cool and this much fun last year, I would have put a little bit more effort into it. But yeah, we're looking forward to that. We're thinking that Gura Gura 4 will be next. So this is a rerun, and it's a light. I think it's only up for about 10 or 11 more days as of the recording of this podcast. Yeah. So if you guys haven't done it yet, or if you guys are looking to roll your Okita Alter, now's your chance. So good luck. Let me know how it goes. Let me know what you guys think. If you guys are Oryu fans or whatnot. Coming back around, yes, they launched the English website for the Camelot OVA. And what was striking to me was, I can't believe that I avoided this or I didn't know this, but Miyano Mamoru is the voice of Bedivere. And Miyano Mamoru is basically the doctor dude from Steins Gate.
Oh.
Was it Rikia Rikuru or whatever?
I've never seen Steins Gate.
Me neither. But apparently that's kind of like his claim to fame was he was the mad scientist. Was it Okabe? Rinko Okabe, I think, something like that. And he's done a couple of things. He was producer-son in Zombieland Saga.
Okay.
And he was also the Japanese voice for Hobo Spider-Man in the Japanese dub of Spider-Man Enter the Spider-Verse.
Hobo Spider-Man?
Yeah, Hobo Spider-Man. Have you seen Enter the Spider-Verse?
No.
Okay.
Not yet, anyway.
It's the alternate world Peter Parker.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Yeah, that's all you need to know.
Okay.
Well, you'll understand the hobo reference when you watch the movie. So
Okay.
I actually watched it because I discovered there was a JP dub, because when the Seiyu Facebook page said that it was Aoyuki's birthday, they had Gwen Stacy as Aoyuki, and I was like, the fuck? Turns out in the JP dub of Spider-Man Enter the Spider-Verse, Gwen Stacy, Spider-Woman, Spider-Girl, and then she literally calls herself that in the movie, is voiced by Aoyuki. And I was all like, holy shit, now I want to watch this. Turns out, Penny Parker is also Takahashi Rie. And the Miles Morales is Giorno Giovanna from JoJo Part 5. Mm-hmm. And then Spider-Man Noir is the Japanese voice who does Solid Snake.
Okay. Oh.
So I'm like, are you fucking kidding me? This is a bomb ass cast right here. Like Takahashi Rie and Aoyuki right there. Sold. Fucking done. Megumin and fucking Tanya. There we go. Let's fucking go. So, and what's funny was that when Penny Parker shows up, she kind of does like a little like demo and all that, where she's kind of doing air martial arts.
Right.
And Takahashi Rie sounds like Mashu from FGO. So I'm like, let's go. So yeah, so I was like, I'm on the hunt now for the JP dub of Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse. I was like, I had no interest in watching this movie, and then I discovered it as a JP dub, and I was like, with Mamoru Miyano, Takahashi Rie, Aoyuki. Fuck. Oh, and then even Peter Porker, Spider-Ham, is, what's his name? Live Mike from Boku Hero no Academia. The dude with like, the megaphone guy. Yeah, that's him. That's Peter Porker.
Okay.
So it's like even Peter Porker is fucking goddamn it in Boku Hero. So it's like goddamn it. So yeah. So now I need to find the whole movie in JP dub. I need this in my life. All right. So and that's saying that I don't know any of the other characters. So I don't know any of the villains or anybody else or Aunt May. I don't know who their JP voices are, but I'm sure that it's Sony and they got money. So, but yes, Aoyuki is Gwen Stacy, and that made me go watch the movie. So,
nice.
But this ties into Mamoru Miyano because, like I said, he also won Crunchyroll's Male Voice Actor of the Year. I think specifically because of Zombieland Saga.
Yeah.
And, he did a pretty good job. He did actually, more than a pretty good job. But, he's the only guy that I think we would allow to slap a high school zombie girl with a loaf of French bread and get away with it. Not only did he get away with it, we gave him an award for it. So it's only because it's him. And I actually discovered that he's also in FGO the voice of Samson. He is a 2-star assassin, so he's really low. But I know like Hanako Green really likes using him. But that's where I first discovered that Miyano Mamoru was in FGO.
Okay.
And I didn't know that he was Bedivere. And now that I know that he's Bedivere from the Roundtable Nights that were in Camelot in FGO, Bedivere was the only one that I remotely liked. And you feel so sympathetic for him because at the end of the Camelot, they have this twist that you never saw coming. They did a really good job hiding it. And when you see what he went through and what he did, you're like, first off, fuck Artoria. Second off, fuck Merlin. Third off, Bedivere, you poor fucking kid. You poor baby. God damn, Jesus Christ. You just really feel for the guy. And so my hope and wish for this OVA is that it is told through his perspective. Like, we have Ryusuke Fujimoto already. We had him in the Fate Grand Order OVA from 2 years ago, and he's going to be in the Babylonia anime as the main character. So, and he was also in the other OVA that led up to Lost Belt, which was from New Year's 2018. So not this year's 2019, last year's 2018.
Okay.
So we've had Fujimoto already be the main character. So when it comes to the Camelot OVA, I would love for them to use Mamoru Miyano and be told from his perspective. And you saw that on the website, where it was Bedivere prominently on the website, and he was the first name listed. And then you kind of saw everybody else. So I'm hoping that he's the focus, because he actually, I think, had a really interesting story to tell. And if you know me and you know me with Fate and Artoria the Knights, I don't like them at all. But I respect what they did with Camelot, because these were the guys that, you know, if you were growing up or you were a kid or you knew anything about Arthurian lore, you're always like, oh, they're so epic or all that. Or if you saw Monty Python, you're like, oh, they're so cool and all that. So, but then in FGO, they made them into such scumlords that you're really like, I really want to punch you all in the face. And yes, that includes Mordred. So, because, you fight with Mordred in London, right? Like, Mordred's on your side, Mordred is helping you out. And then 2 chapters later, Mordred is now standing in your way, and she's calling you a punk bitch. So, and you're just kind of like, why? Why you do this? Why? I thought we were friends. So, yeah. So, but Bedivere, it was really, really well done, and that's why when they decided to do animes, they chose Babylonia and they chose Camelot, because those are the fan favorites. Honestly, I don't really know which one of those is better. I like Shinjuku personally. I think that's probably my favorite, probably because it's kind of like the Sherlock Holmes-esque kind of caper and all that. In expanding on it, it's actually multiple stories from different cultures actually combined into one. And it's also kind of like a Sherlock Holmes story too. So that's kind of like why I think I like Shinjuku the best. And it might also be because it's a more modern setting.
Yeah.
The time is 1999. Okay. So I might be a little bit more biased too, but Babylonia
20 years ago.
Yeah. But Babylonia and Camelot I can definitely see too, because they had the most motivation, they had the most story, they had some of the more moving characters and whatnot. There was an audio drama that they did called Camelot Zero, which was the events that took place right after Lion King Artoria was summoned. So that's Lancer Artoria, the one with the boobs. When she was summoned, and she gets the Holy Grail, and the first thing she does is summon all her knights. And they're basically like, she's like, I'm not going to force you guys to join me, but this is my plan, and you can either come with me or you don't. And they kind of like, you see what happened, because at the same, you also are like kind of seeing it, and you're like, there's 12 of them, right? So why does Camelot only have like 4 or 5 of them? It's like, what happened? So it kind of delves into that, and you kind of see what happened. Yeah, and so, like I said, maybe you might even see that in the OVA, who knows?
How long is the OVA supposed to be?
It's 2 episodes.
Oh, it's 2 episodes.
It's 2 episodes, but I don't know what the length is. I don't know if it's like 45, 50, or 60 minutes.
This sounds like a lot that they would cram into 2 episodes.
It is. That's why I was surprised. So, and there's like 3 subplots going on. So, Babylonia is just as long. If not slightly longer.
Series.
Yeah, that's I think, I don't even know how long was that. It's got to be at least 26 episodes for Babylonia.
Well, I mean, most of the Fate stuff is about 26.
Yeah, when I was looking at Fate Collide earlier, the Magical Ilia, those were told in 12 episodes chunks.
I mean, that's magic lollies, so.
Yeah, but if you look at it like end to end to end, I think it ended up to be 48 episodes almost.
Yeah, and it's still going.
Yeah, it is.
Jeez.
It is. Because I was looking at it too. That was dated 2013.
2013
was the very, 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 very first one. But But yeah, this Camelot OVA, man, do yourself a favor, at least get through Camelot. So yeah,
Well, hoping to.
Camelot will make you really, really hate them, but it's my belief too that if we didn't have compelling villains, then our heroes would suck ass. You know, a hero is only as good as their villain. You know, so if we don't have anyone to chase or defeat, how do we improve? How do we tell our stories? So, I'm looking forward to that. Mamoru Miyano, he's good. He's good at what he does, and I hope that they let him run with it. So, yeah, I'm looking forward to it, man. Between that and the Kenshin stuff, man, jeez, there's a lot. And there's, and real brief too. I think that this is kind of a good thing too. That last season was kind of hype. I'm not gonna lie. It was kind of hype. We had a lot of stuff going on.
Yeah.
This season seems kind of more chill.
Yeah.
But I think that starting with summer and then for the rest of the year, I think it's going to be a fucking madhouse.
Oh, so far, yeah.
Yeah, I think it's good with all the, like, what'd you say, Boku Heroes coming out in October.
Yeah, Boku no Hero.
And then something else is coming out in October. It's like, I don't know.
God.
If we looked at our notes, I'm sure.
Yeah, there's a lot.
There's a lot coming.
It's hard to keep track of all of it.
Yeah, and so, and I know that some stuff's going to start in the summer too, but yeah, it's going to, I think I should appreciate this calm right now. Or maybe I'm only going to watch 4 shows and maybe a couple backlogged shows and
Stop it there.
yeah,
Right.
just be ready, man.
I'm not going to overload myself
Yeah,
like me.
no. And then I mean, I'm just going to end it that I started watching Fate Collide with the Magical Ilia show. Basically, it's funny that they used so many assets in the FGO collab they did. So they actually did a Magical Ilia event where you went into the land of magical girls.
Yeah, I remember that. There was a lot of memes for that.
Yeah. My favorite was Magical Girl Raiko. Because Jalter was one of the bosses, basically. One of the end last stage characters.
Yeah.
And Berserker has advantage over Avengers. So, you just pull out Raiko and she just smash! So Magical Girl Raiko is my favorite magical girl. Yeah, so, I mean, right out the gate, it's super ecchi, but some of the fight scenes are really compelling, too. And there is lore kind of interwoven with the series. And there's some things. I've seen some clips from, like, the 3rd movie with Sakura and Shinji and all of them. And yeah, it gets pretty hardcore. It gets pretty intense. So, and that's the other thing too, is that I know that everyone likes to kind of dismiss it as the ecchi lowly show, and they see the meme of Ilia being strung up in the tree.
Yeah.
But don't dismiss it, because when the action scenes do occur, they're actually pretty well done. It is, at the end of the day, it's still Fate and Type Moon, so you're gonna get some pretty epic shit going down. But I mean, my pledge is to do hopefully 2 episodes minimum a day until I get caught up, because again, we 40 something episodes.
Yeah.
Like, looks like it's like 4 seasons, like back to back to back to back. So I mean, I'm trying to do 2 episodes a day to get caught up. And it's something that I should have done, and I know that actually is getting an OVA as well later this year.
Yeah.
So, that's right. Summer is waiver anime.
Oh, yeah.
The waiver anime is coming. I knew. I was like, there's something coming out that I'm really looking forward to. And then probably somewhere in between Waver and Babylonia is the Collide OVA. I don't know if that's tied into anything. It might just be for shits and giggles.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's really going to be anything, but it looks fun, because it honestly looked like Fate at the beach.
Oh.
So I don't know, but they're promoting it. So
Yeah.
yeah. So yeah, that's what we're going to look forward to, and that's pretty much it. So I'll report back to you guys on how my Fate Collide adventures go. But
Then you're going to let me know if it's worth watching, because I remember asking you that. I didn't know you hadn't watched it yet.
yeah, no. What's funny is that I think I got up to about where I ended up now. So I just said, because I don't remember anything. Because again, this was like in 2013, so I don't remember.
Yeah.
I did remember Waver being in Fate Collide, and I was like, what the fuck is that, Waver? And yes, it is Waver. And it's funny because he's in there as the leader of the clock tower, because of what happens in the waiver anime that we're just about to watch. But
okay.
even though it is an alternate universe, like I said, there are things that intertwine and are interwoven with each other. Same thing. I know that Roman and I also tossed the idea around of a manga podcast, and we might be doing that pretty soon, especially if the season's going to be kind of light.
Yeah.
And I wanted to read Fate Strange Fake, which also has Waiver in it as a more prominent role. So maybe I'll have some more knowledge on what's going on with him and all that. But basically, in a nutshell, he did end up taking over Clock Tower. He became the headmaster of Clock Tower, and that's basically the head of the Mages Association.
Yeah.
So, and that is literally in the Big Ben Clock Tower. That's why it's called Clock Tower.
Yeah.
They're literally in Big Ben in London. So, So I'm going to keep going with that. I'm going to keep going with Fate Collide and
Always a lot
Camelot
of fake
OVA.
stuff coming out.
Yeah, well, for sure the Camelot OVA though is next year, so at least
Okay.
they gave you mercy on that. But still, watch it be like, yeah, well, there is it. January.
It's like the
Fuck
beginning
you.
of the year.
God damn it! But yeah,
Lots to look forward to, though.
and they did actually say at Anime Japan, so this was in Japan, that FGO JP will be doing a collab with the Waiver anime. So.
Okay.
This also could be a multi-event. So this could be for both, because we're getting it on Crunchyroll.
Yeah.
So it's not really a big deal to hold on to the event, because we're both getting it. So, but I don't know what's their plan.
Yeah.
And I also don't know what it entails. If they're making a like Gray from the Waiver anime, if Gray's going to go into FGO, don't know.
Yeah.
Because if that was the case, then we would be waiting on that collab event, because we're not on their build of the game.
Right.
So it could just be a card. It could just be like a craft essence. Who knows? But like I said, it doesn't really make sense to me to hold off on it. But I don't program the game, so can't tell you. But they did say that there will be a Waiver anime, Lord El Malloy collab with FGO, coming soon. So.
Nice.
So, but that's it. That's all I got for the Fate corner right now. Until the next one.
I mean, I ain't got nothing new on that. The only thing I could say is I started playing again.
Nice.
I'm up to, Okeanos?
Okeanos, Chapter 3.
Playing with the pirate waifu.
Drake.
Yeah. I had to stop and level up, though.
Yeah.
Because it's been a while. Like I said, it took me forever to beat the first Singularity. But it didn't take me that long to beat the second. I actually went through that pretty quick.
You know, I know that I just said that Nero is best girl and waifu and all that, but the Rome Singularity is probably the worst.
Yeah. So it was okay. But then again, there was only 2 I'd played. So
It's not that good.
No?
And it pains me to say that, but I mean, at the same time, I'm not going to lie or make excuses and deceive people. It's not that good. She's seen better days.
Okay.
But yeah, no, it's keep at it, keep up the climb, keep up the grind. It's literally like a JRPG playing this game. So you just got to keep at it, just keep plugging away. But yeah, Okeanos wasn't that bad. Okeanos has a fun story. Hope you like Jason and the Argonauts.
I do.
Okay, then you'll have fun.
I'll
I'll leave it at that.
I did make a joke on the Discord where I don't like how the game constantly makes jabs at me. Because, the doctor, his name is Roman.
When I was hanging out with some of the guys on Friday, and I said that I called them, I talked all this shit because I was like, oh, you guys are always like Romani, but y'all the first guys to always talk shit about him. Get out of here. Y'all don't like Romani. Y'all always like burning them and beating them up and all that. They don't like Romani. But that's actually kind of funny too, Dr. Roman.
Yeah.
Keep playing. Keep playing. Keep playing. That's all I can tell you, man. And anyone that's listening to this and also know about Romani, don't tell Roman.
Yeah, don't tell me. I'll figure it all out when I get to it.
Yes. Especially when you get to Solomon, you're being it for a kicker.
Yeah, it was this one. Roman's just a good for nothing. Like, what?
I completely forgot about that. Ouch.
It also doesn't help that I named my character Roman. I didn't know that there was a character in this named
Roman.
after me. So, well, not after me, but with my name. So
Ouch.
I was like, oh, call myself Roman. Yeah, okay. And then I see that guy. I'm like, oh, there's another me. Cool. No, not cool, because they keep making fun of him.
Yeah. They always pick on him. Poor guy.
He does his best. Come on,
He
guys.
does. He really does. And he does a lot. So,
It's like Aqua getting called useless.
when you bring Cosmo back to life 5 times,
Yeah.
he still calls you useless.
Okay, but I think that's pretty much it. I'm just looking forward to getting through this so I can do that CCC event and get a BB.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. I think I don't know if you'll probably be a pro BB or you'll just like BB just to troll everybody, and secretly you'll be like, I hate this bitch, she's so annoying. But it irritates people, so yay, BB Sean. My God. But yeah, with that being said, you guys heard the man. Roman's getting out of here. I'm gonna wrap it up, guys. Thank you so much.
Yep.
We'll see you guys on the other side. Keep playing fake, keep watching anime, read the mangoes, play your video games, comment, subscribe. 6,000 YouTube, 500 page likes on Facebook.
Yep.
2 giveaways, 2 chances. Roman, take us out of here.
So we'll discuss the giveaways later when we get closer and decide what we're going to actually give away. But till then, I'm Roman.
This is Steven Sonosuke-sama.
And we'll see you next time.
Have a good night, guys. Thanks a lot.
Bye.